Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dying times here.
No, Chris just showed up right in time.
Ow. Magic mic opening.
I was going to say that. You beat me to it, Jay.
I know. I beat you to it this time.
I'm gonna pull up the casino.
I just got in there. All of a sudden, I hear the music just blasts in my ears.
I feel like I got to go get my G string on and start flapping it around.
I know. Comic just gotta go around the strip pole and stuff.
Yeah, that's a nice reaction.
How's it going, everyone? How you
Pretty
doing,
well.
Culture?
Oh, dude, life is good. I am very happy to be here. I spent a beautiful 2+ hours with Tom doing amazing things. Unfortunately, I missed the Pegasus Actual podcast, but dude. There is nothing better than hanging out with friends and talking about the bologna sausage that is the entertainment industry. So I'm glad to be doing more of that.
Oh, don't you know it, man? Don't you know it? How are you, Drew? I got something special planned for you in the future. Just, beware the Drew.
I don't know.
I need to get that photo of the Oscar Mayer Wiener mobile.
Yes, you do.
You need to send that to me, Culture. That way I can use that.
Oh man, I'm okay. It's been a very up and down week, but hopefully, oh god. And I even wore the same hat tonight. But the
oh dear Lord.
but yeah, the week has been very up and down, but hopefully I'm making it through on the higher side of it. So fingers crossed. I'm just hoping at this point to stay on stream, considering the fact that I have currently a pretty big time severe thunderstorm rolling through. So knock on wood, I don't get knocked out. But we'll see.
Hope for the best, man.
Yeah,
looked
dude.
at the radar.
That's just happened to me a couple times.
I looked at the radar earlier and I saw there was a lot of storms down south.
Well, I'm in Ohio. We got them up here too. So
Okay, so then you're getting hit by the storms that kind of just slowly drifted through my area several hours ago.
probably.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
But yeah, it's pretty wicked outside right now.
Though really those storms kind of just hopped over us. They didn't storm.
Yep. No, I wish they would have hopped over my area. Unfortunately, it's just pissing and pouring out there, and there's a good amount of thunder and lightning going on. So, like I said, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope we get some more rain. Hopefully nothing like super crazy.
I love rain, man. It makes it
Same.
it refreshes everything. It makes the air nice and clean. It's nice. You need rain, not a lot of rain. You just need rain.
I love a good storm. I love a good storm.
All right, so Master Sidearms, so you have to clear this up. See,
Well,
this
go ahead.
this mug, it's really only 22 ounces, I believe. That's it.
All right, right on. All right, next up is our other regular, Tom, not McDonald Connors. How you doing, Tom?
Hail, Tom.
How's it going?
It's going. How about you?
Where's that sexy bald head?
What are you up to, man?
Not much. How you doing?
I could use a nap.
Yeah,
Is that anything new? I don't think it is. Not really.
not really. How you been?
The fact that my air conditioner started flooding water into the house last
No.
Yeah.
Oh
I heard a little bit of
no.
that story.
Yeah.
Always
I
fun.
told everybody the story before we went live, so yeah, that was not
Yeah.
fun. Anyway, long story short, I got it resolved, and it was after midnight, and I was like, "Fuck!" I was trying to get my my video queued up to play at 7 a.m., and I was like, "I'm going to bed now." So I just got everything good to go for today, and just launched it. So yeah, I've been putting out content. That's crazy.
Holy
We'll talk about that in
cow.
a second. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Also joining me, who's become semi-regular, is Jed. What's up, Jed?
Hey. Hey, Comics. Hey, everybody. Yeah, me and Jace just got done with and Chris too. It was 3 of us were on a stream together, and we just got done with a 3.5 hour
Yeah.
stream over there.
We had a good,
So-
good stream on
Yeah.
my channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Very fun.
yeah, and then we're like, hey, and I forgot to ask you about it. I was just like, because we were having so much fun over there, and then you texted me. I was, oh yeah, comics, I'll be right there, dude. Like, so.
And also joining me is Jace and Chris.
Hello.
You guys,
Hello.
you guys do a show together, right?
Chris is my co-host for the Beyond show and archives of what we call it again? Tales of the
Tales from the
forgot.
Jedi Archive.
Yeah, thank you.
And we are just going over EU material in that one. We don't acknowledge
Yeah,
anything else, but
just the EU.
EU.
All good love for the EU, and
The EU is amazing. That's why.
yes,
Mhm.
yes, it is. And so been a pretty good night since it's like I live in Norway, just like Andre, so it's like almost morning here.
Oh, welcome to morning.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, so been a really good stream, and pretty happy that Jed was there. It's always fun to have him on.
yeah, it was fun having him on.
Yeah, sure. You guys just like frogs.
Maybe if I kiss him, a
I
prince
am
will come.
I am a toad person.
Yeah,
God.
because I am a toad.
I thought it was a toad. An
He's-
undead toad or a murder
Well,
toad. or
okay,
something.
so Jed's a toad. Whatever. It doesn't,
It doesn't matter.
I'm gonna change that soon as I can get somebody to like do a channel icon for me. So it's just gonna be that until
I can
then.
recommend somebody. The guy who did my avatar. It's a Black Belt Comics. I know him as Russ. That's his name.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
just
great.
I am gonna change that because I've had that since 2015, so I think it's time to change it. So
And the avatar I have is made
Yeah.
from my other co-host Armari, another co-host of mine. He drew my logo.
yeah.
And I just got mine off of Google, off of
Mm.
Go somewhere.
That's probably Microsoft, right? That's what I did. Is I got my avatar from Google. And I used that, and then I had somebody draw one. I used that for a number of years, and I switched over to the one I use currently, which is stop my camera. This one.
yeah,
Yeah, it looks so good, bro.
This
Yeah.
Russ
one-
is
I was
amazing.
gonna-
His artwork is great. He did a comic or graphic novel called Only Death Can Save Us, which is fantastic.
Oh, nice.
He's
I
an
was-
amazing artist.
I was gonna say if what you're using right now is the one that he's drawing, he's doing a really great job. It's like it's even moving at times.
No,
Yeah.
well, no, this is the camera.
I know.
incredible avatar you've got there.
No, that's just my
Yeah.
ugly face.
Well, this one was drawn by Mother Chicken Siamese, otherwise known as J.A.F.O. And it is incredible. This one was done by our friend Yitze Lemons, and it's also equally incredible.
Yeah,
So,
that one's fantastic.
Yeah, no, I am blessed with great artists that I pay to make amazing things. So there you go. Yeah. And other than that, this is my stupid face.
Yeah.
I wish I had a camera now. Normally I
that
use
looks
a
like
camera,
the
but-
same face that you use when you play, Dark Souls 3 culture. So
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, Dark Souls 3. Thank you, Yellow Flash. You super meanie. Hey, why don't we play Dark Souls 3? I'm like, sure. And then I'm like, oh, mother trucker.
You get
Have
murdered.
you died a lot?
oh yeah, he has. Yeah,
You don't,
I
It's such a long
I
time
never
since I
let
played
him
it.
forget it. Yeah.
Culture can't get out of the room because he keeps getting murdered. That's
Yeah.
all.
Aw, poor
I
guy.
never let Culture forget it. I was like, "Hey, Culture, you died." He's like, "Yes, I know."
All right, let me get some of these super chats real quick, and we'll start with the articles. Here's
so-
Munchausen with a box of popcorn for 149 American pesos. Let's see here. We also have Stone Cold Jeremy for 3 American pesos with the devil horns. And what else do we have here? I think I saw something floating around from Terminus S. Ah, there it is. Terminus S for $5. Most men go to great lengths to get laid. Drew, however, is that great length. This is the reason why I want to get the Beware the Drew thing, because I have one for Nick Weiser. I need one for Drew.
The channel lore is growing.
Well, listen, it's funny because I had a poll on Twitter a while back, and people, they wanted me to start a merch thing, and I figure, okay, the idea that most people want for a T-shirt is they want me to come up with a T-shirt of some sort that says "Beware the Drew."
Yeah.
So I got to figure out the concept for that shirt, but that'll probably be the first piece of merch that I put in any merch store that I start.
What you need is the Drew's Beef Bus.
Dude, that'd be good.
Drew's Beef Bus T-shirt.
Oh God! Jesus Christ!
Yes,
Yeah.
I listened to a little too much Bloodhound Gang back in the day.
You think? Oh God!
Yes. Anyway, we also have another super sticker coming in from Macany Draws for 2 American pesos, which is the smiling Shibo Emu. I say
Wait.
Really?
Did he get it right?
I say it wrong to trigger culture.
It triggered me. Are you happy? My
Yes.
God! Look, this is the art that I commissioned from Makani, who does amazing stuff. Also, so again, I am blessed with incredible artists to create amazing stuff for me. Of course, that it does take a little cheddar to make that happen.
Yeah.
But Makani 90 is a great guy and an excellent artist, and we are blessed to have him in amongst us as creators. So
And a fellow rogue.
oh, he is a rogue. Yeah.
Also, we have from the Islington Girl for 149 Canadian pesos, which is a very phallic hot dog. For
good.
Drew.
Was there no sandwiches on there that she could
Jesus
put on there?
Probably not. No. Terminus S just in from Terminus S for 5 American pesos. Frank Marshall. Kathleen Kennedy is so manly she gives you Dutch ovens.
Oh my God!
Oh my! Oh my!
All are bad.
Fantastic.
All are bad.
Fantastic.
I feel sick now.
That was really not okay.
Yeah.
What?
All
I'm
right.
so happy
For 2 American pesos, Foxtrot, Unicorn, Charlie, Kilo. Yes.
I am so happy I looked away from the screen, or else I would be spitting water all over the place.
Yeah. For those of you who can't figure that out, spell fuck. All right. Tom, you back yet? All right. We'll vamp until Tom is back. But yeah, man. Today's been an eventful day. Oh yeah. I mentioned videos actually coming out on my channel. Wow, that's new, right? I mean, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I've been trying something new, guys, which is that the occasional content has turned into daily content, but it doesn't have my face on it or my voice. It just has me doing random stuff. So hopefully you guys are liking it. It's been I've been enjoying creating it, so hopefully you guys are enjoying it.
Yeah. Oh,
Tom, really 5 to 10 minutes? Jesus Christ,
He's probably taking a dump.
That's fine, dude. We'll just talk about something else. We could talk about Frank Miller, I guess, if we want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already talked about that in our.
Yeah, we just talked about that over there too.
Yeah.
So, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
Well,
Insane.
it's not surprising because, again, we've seen a coordinated assault on tradition, on culture, not on culture, but on our culture. I mean, I'm not over there beating culture with a rubber mallet. No.
Yeah.
This is
on Culture Casino.
Poor guy, poor guy.
What is that?
But the thing is, we've been under fire on every front here, and they're going to go after, number one, the guys that were icons. I mean, look what we've seen happen when Jim Steranko dared to, share his thoughts on the pandemic before and things like that. He got canceled all over Twitter. I'm not surprised they're going after Frank Miller. They're gonna go after the icons because these people are very emboldened. They don't care the credentials. They don't have a respect or a reverence for the things that we enjoy the way that we do. They just want to go and burn everything down and just replace it plain and simple with their ideology. So the first place they're going to go is to the creators of all of these things. And if these creators don't bend the knee, they're going to just go through, discredit them, burn down their work. And we're seeing that now with Frank Miller. They're just dragging him through the mud.
I'm getting told my mic was low, and probably because I accidentally shut my computer off last night, and I did not reset the volume on it. So thank you, Cisco Kid, for telling me that.
I mean, but comics, what do you think? Do you think I'm on the right track here? Or?
Yeah, well, okay. So are you familiar with the person who is doing the canceling or who got him canceled?
Yeah, roughly.
Okay. So the person who did this, let me find her name. I
was gonna say she had to tell everyone she was a Muslim woman. So.
Yeah. So her name is Zainab Akhtar. Sorry, I almost said Akbar. Akhtar. No, I mean, not trying to disrespect her. That was just my brain being weird. Anyway,
you are canceled, comics.
Yeah, whatever. So anyway, so Akhtar went after a Comic-Con a few years ago because it was too white.
Yeah.
And she lives in England, and the part of England where she was at is very white. So she had all, and just some guy did a fantastic video about it. I ended up rewatching it today because he posted it. And she is the one who is responsible for going after Frank Miller. So Frank Miller, and Islington Girl asked, does Frank Miller care? And the answer is going to be yes, because he was going to this convention called Thought Bubble, which takes place the 3rd through 4th of November. And it's in North Yorkshire, England. Yorkshire pudding. Sorry. There we go. Because I have to fuck things up. And he got booted from it. So he got canceled. So yeah, and the reason why he did this is because after 9/11, he wanted to do a Batman series where Batman goes and beats up terrorists. DC said no. It was probably a smart thing, and he did his own comic where he has this character running around killing terrorists. And, obviously it gets labeled as Islamophobic. I've never read it. I can't say whether it is or not. But this is the reason why she's going after him. And, of course, she's doing it for social cred.
Yeah. And a lot of this stuff is a clout chase for these people.
Yeah, it's exactly. You're right.
Yeah,
spot on, Drew. It's clout chase.
Clout chase.
And what I think is more sinister about it is like just throwing out these labels haphazardly because, again, anybody just to throw out this phobic label, the word phobic doesn't even make sense because you don't have an irrational fear of Arabic people or people that, are believers in Islam. I mean, just the word itself, anything ending in phobic is absolutely stupid.
Yeah.
Number one, it's a nonsense.
But phobic is a clinical term. And they're applying it in a sense that isn't clinical. Yes, I agree with you. They're misusing the term.
Sure, because it means culture. It means irrational fear, and nobody has an irrational fear of another race of people or another religious denomination. It's absolutely a clown sort of idea, and for these words to get tossed around the way they do, and then for the public fallout from it when somebody tosses one of those labels your way is even, I think, more alarming, because the sheer stupidity of people that jump to immediately pounce on this whenever anybody uses the phobic dog whistle on someone, it's just absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Because,
And real quick, we have a 32 flavors of Nick Weiser.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude.
Is it this guy again?
Yeah, it's this guy.
Damn.
Is he wearing a mask?
Well, he's wearing a freaking Beastman suit under that shirt. Holy shit!
Well, Nick's gonna be safe from the bear bug now, because he's got a mask on.
He's trying to protect us all. He's trying to protect us all.
I knew he was the son of Sasquatch.
Yeah. and real quick, I got to give a shout out to Guy Scar of the Basco scenario. What's up, Guy Scar? How you doing, dude? How you doing?
Basco. So, guys, how is everyone tonight?
We're doing good, man. How can you actually function wearing that thing over your face?
I know, right, Nick?
So I got this because I met you earlier over the messages. I was going to a family party. It was my brother's birthday, and we went to medieval times. It reminded me of the cable guy, and so I wore this because I had to do the whole wearing a thing over my face while walking to a table and then taking it off at the table. It was a blast, by the way, medieval times.
It was a good time.
And I still have my crown. I should wear the crown too. But right, crown. And I'm like, no, if I gotta wear this thing over my face, I'm just gonna go full retard mode and just completely cover my face.
Nice.
So here I am. Hi, chat. I can't see you, but hello. What topic are we on?
We're talking about Frank Miller.
Oh god, that's such shit.
Oh, god.
I know, right?
It is.
Chris sent me the article. I just hadn't shared my screen yet. I already had it pulled up, so I don't know if we need to go through the entire thing, but it can definitely kind of give everyone some context as to
yes.
what is going on here.
Cool. I like it.
Oh wait,
Is that the storm?
Storm.
Oh, no.
Riders on the storm.
Dum, 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 dum.
God damn it, I have way too many tabs open. I can't find the article right now.
No, dude, I feel you on that one. That is me
Into this
on a lot of
world
streams.
thrown, like a dog without a bone, an actor.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Riders.
Culture,
on
you're
the
making plenty of women wet right now.
Well,
Isn't
the
a girl's
thing
gonna
is-
go throw her knickers at you?
So how I typically do things with my main monitor, I do a split screen, which I have a bunch of tabs open, and then on the right I have the panel, which is us, so I can highlight chats and stuff like that, and then on the other side I have the stream where I can watch what's going on, and then I have my other monitor over here where I actually share stuff from, which is fun.
Yeah.
And between that and my 5 browser windows I have open, with each having 40 billion browser tabs.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I feel
But I'm sure you want to hear all about that, folks. So anyway,
Yeah, we do. Well, actually, that's interesting. No.
not at all. Legendary comic book industry veteran Frank Miller, whose bibliography includes Batman, The Dark Knight Returns. Only read the first one; the rest of them kind of suck.
Yeah, right.
Daredevil and 300 has been removed from the guest list of the upcoming Thought Bubble UK Comic Convention after a number of attendees threatened to boycott the event based on their belief that the creator is responsible for a propagation of abhorrent anti-Muslim hate. And again, here's an excerpt from his comic, and as you can see, we have a number of celebrities here. The one I believe that this is Michael Moore, and I'm guessing this is
oh no, that's O.
Bush Jr.
Oh no, that's OF.
OF.
It's hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Miller was first announced as a guest for the Northern Yorkshire, England-based comic convention on June 2nd, with his name being emphasized to the same degree as fellow special guests Joelle Jones, Wonder Girl, and Christian Ward, New Mutants. What's that?
Oh no, just both of these are. I don't. You know what? Go on.
Okay. On the promotional poster for the event released the same day. And here we go. Look at that.
Yep, there's his name right there.
Gone.
Yeah, just
No,
gone.
you're supposed to say it like Donald Trump. You're supposed to say it like Don.
You're gone. You're fired.
Gone.
Fired. You're gone.
I can't
Get
do a good Trump impersonation because the way it ends up sounding, it makes it sound like he's retarded or something like that.
You are fake news. Get out.
Fake news.
Get out. This is
You
the
are
best
fired.
country ever. I can do the hands. This is the best country
Come on.
ever.
You have to do one hand and talk like that. Anyway.
We need Steven Crowder in here for he does
Yeah.
Oh,
an
Crowder
amazing.
does
Yeah,
the
you know.
Just the best, most amazingest Trump impersonation ever.
I see
I-
many Trump impersonations, but there's one that's just not like this. I swear on that.
And,
I think it's
by
funny
the
that
way,
he's still actually wearing the frickin',
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, AOC does that all
Gator.
the time. Okay,
Yeah.
here's the
By the way,
situation.
I wanted to give out thoughts and prayers for Steven because he's going through all that stuff right now. So
Man, what the
Yeah.
fuck is going on? I mean, I saw a bunch
Yeah.
of like crazies like
having
wishing him
heart
murder,
surgery.
but
He's
Yeah.
having heart surgery or something like that.
Yeah, well, this is his second surgery. First, he had the one around
Yeah.
like his body, and now he's having one involving his heart. So he is being put through the ringer.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
everybody
And-
give prayers to Steven and stuff.
And
you know.
on top of that, he's got a wife who's got a immune
Twins.
problem and who's got
Mhm.
twins
On the way.
Along the way.
On the
dude,
way,
that's
yeah.
rough.
So
That's
he's
rough.
getting it double hard. Like so.
Wow,
And
that
it doesn't help that the SJW crazies are going after him too.
Yeah. Like,
Oh,
dude,
yeah, I
did you
saw
see
that.
what they
Oh
were
my
posting
God.
on
I
his
did.
thing?
I
I was
did.
just like,
You
what
know-
the hell,
You
man?
know what? And these are the people who are supposed to be
The
Come on.
tolerance.
Release?
and
Loving and
empathetic
caring and open-minded.
and yeah,
Tolerance.
they're very tolerant. You can tell they
Yeah.
have tolerance and in their ignorance and their stupidity and their ability to look like asses. That's where they're very tolerant. So there you go.
Real quick, I want to get this because it's kind of relevant to what we're talking about right now. Fred Sack of
Okay.
$5. The nebulous they have pretty much burned everything down. How do we beat this? Even if we vote with our dollars, it doesn't make a dent. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, man. Voting with our dollars is the start.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
that is the most basic thing we can do to fight back against the stuff. But the second part, which I have trepidation about, is basically using their own rules against them. If they're going to cancel people, we need to go after them. We need to cancel them.
Well, look. Okay, so voting with our dollars is we're only exercising one element of that. This is the thing, and this is where the Reddit guys are getting it right now. So bear with me a second. Had to cough. We are voting with our dollars by not purchasing their garbage stuff, like I Am Not Starfire and the other trash-tasticness that they have submitted to us in various ways.
Yeah.
But also, voting with our dollars means rescuing AMC from China, and from corporate raiders, otherwise known as the guys that will short sell the shit out of other stuff. So
Mhm.
we need to selectively, individually, as a group. Did you hear all those words?
Yeah.
Find a company that we want to unfuzzle and unfuzzle them, because we're doing battle with hedge funds. We're doing battle with people who are manipulating boards of directors with money. So the only way to beat back these humans is to beat them with capital. So right now, the battlefield that we're fighting on isn't all culture. I mean, that's where that's where we see it, right, in a daily basis. But we're fighting in a financial war to control the culture. And most people are not like putting their arms around that. And that's what you need to understand. We need to control who is a part of these board of directors to select and direct where these companies are going to go. So when you vote with your dollars, it has to be in an effort to claim control of these corporations. You can't do it all at once, but you can do it in little bits and pieces. And you have to try to keep the WEF sympathizers out of these boards of directors and the positions of power. And then you have to knock back the garbage that is the DNI.
But what can the average person do, Culture?
Well, no, that is an average person thing. Retail investors are the people who thought Robinhood was a good idea.
There's something else I want to point out that I think it was the Islington girl pointed out was the best way we can kind of fight against this stuff is obviously not buy the stuff from these morons, but also support the people that get canceled.
100%.
And again, you got to be smart about it. You want to make sure that we're doing it.
Good guys.
For good people. And on top of that, we want to make sure that they're not this is a new fad. Let's cancel people so people will get supported or feign cancellation or something like that.
Well, and that's where weird stuff happens, right? Because right now, and we're going to get into some of these issues later. Blizzard is involved in getting their butts canceled. But to what extent is a lot of this like reasonable, right? They're getting attacked for, or that you want to side with them. I mean, our friend Roof Korean and many others bring up excellent points about they're taking the ball and they're moving it into a completely different field. You want to support the women who were abused or whatever terms you want to use, but they're not doing that. They're trying to support other causes that have nothing to do with the women that are being abused or the practices that were abusing women. They're trying to drag it into a whole other direction. We have to call those people out on their bologna sausage and B, do that. But again, I digress, which I do a lot. We need to support the people like the Islington girl says, but we also, at the same time, not only call out the things that we love, but we support the new things that are being created by creators every single day. That's the other way, the smaller way that you support, for example, Comicsgate or independent film creators, or things like that. You're going to start to see. I know a lot of people haven't seen them yet, but you're going to start to see the motions forward from great idea people like Tom or Script Doctor or others that start to make it into the forefront. Yeah, that's where you put your dollars. That's where you put your support.
At this point in time, the only thing we can do is we can make them bleed.
Yeah,
we can make them blink, but we can't. We can't take them out fully.
Well, yes, we can, because at the same time...
That's going to take time, dude.
That's going to take
you're right.
Time.
Disney is a perfectly good example of this, and it's part of our topic tonight, but it's people going up against them.
But they're killing each other, comics, and we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Let me get this real quick from Turbo says for $2, since we have Nick Weiser here.
Oh, Nick Weiser.
Nick Weiser, flavor number 22, Drew's King Kong Floppy Dog. 22 flavors of Nick Weiser.
I hope Brightest Day was there to catch that one, because I just watched his Volume 2 32 Flavors compilation. He has 2 volumes.
Oh, God, I saw the first one. That's fucking
Now he has a Volume 2. Oh, my God.
He's going.
I love Brightest Day.
Is Drew trying to go up for the title against Lethal for King Long Dong?
Dude, of course it's Drew. He's he's part of the Dix division. You had to be well endowed if you got to be part of the Dix division.
Chris, were you trying to say something?
I was just saying. So going back to that bit about Blizzard, have you guys watched the Quarterings video on that recently?
No, I haven't, not yet.
So he went over it. He talked about how the SJWs have already taken over that movement. They're already infiltrating, and they're saying, "Oh, if you want to support these poor, helpless victims, donate to Black Girl Gamers and stuff like that."
And that has nothing
to do with it. Has absolutely nothing to do.
That's the whole point. So Chris, that was exactly it. Thank you, my man. That was beautiful.
So I mean, it really stinks that there are people, not just women, but men too, and a variety of shades of brown who have all faced troubles in that company, and yet we're focusing on one certain dynamic and saying, "Oh, these poor people. Let's help them."
The main thing too
solving 101.
that they I guess have moved on from, which is what makes these companies shitty, is crunch time. That is the reason why these companies are horrible, because they literally have people working 80 hours typically for like 6 months to a year.
Okay, and let's wait. Let me talk a little bit about that. So there are publishers, there are developers, right? And the developers don't come from a position of strength. If they were to negotiate their contracts in a way that didn't allow for salary cutbacks and other stuff like that, they wouldn't be in a position where they were cutting 25 staff members in order to meet a budget that got cut along the way, so that they would be forced to produce things with crunch time. So let's be clear. That it comes from the publishing side of things, not necessarily the developer side of things, but the developers are culpable because they don't negotiate good contracts. So, I mean, that's where crunch comes from. Crunch comes from unrealistic expectations or a certain amount of laxness for a period of time before you actually start to produce something. So it falls equally on both the developers and the publishers, but when it comes to the actual, like, putting the thumb screws to people, it's almost always the publisher, which in this case was Blizzard, Activision Blizzard. In this case, Activision specific.
Well, I'm trying to remember. I think in the video, Jeremy at the quartering, he said that this is something that actually Blizzard and Activision Blizzard is actually hoping to happen, because it's going to kind of undermine that whole situation against them.
Yeah,
that's the way that he phrased it, anyways.
Well, that's interesting. I'm curious to see how this plays out, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it again sometime in the future.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, so let's carry on with the article here. Though Miller's initial invitation announcement seemed to come and go without any incident, on July 27th, award-winning cartoonist and small press publisher Shortbox founder Zainab, I think is how you say her name, Akhtar, revealed that they would no longer be attending Thought Bubble Festival this November in protest of Miller's attendance. Good for her. The Miller's initial. Well, hang on. I fucking scrolled back up. There we go. Okay. In a statement announcing her protest to the convention, Akhtar asserted, "As a proud Muslim woman, I cannot in good conscience attend a festival that deems it's appropriate to invite and platform Frank Miller, a person who is responsible for the propagation of abhorrent anti-Muslim hate, particularly via his work." There we go.
But that isn't what he did.
No, it was not at all. I actually looked at the
all.
comic book pages of it all, and this is not even close. It's one of those things where, well, it's what we define or we perceive as problematic. They perceived it as problematic so they can use it against him because, people who are Islam or Muslim, that's like what they consider off limits as people you depict in any bad light. Even if it's one person, it's the like, once again, it's straight white man is bad, but everyone else is good.
Well, there's nothing too I want to point out.
Straight
well.
white male Christian is bad.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The
True.
issue is Akhtar, when she went to that one convention I was talking about that just some guy covered, she went wearing her burqa, and she has been photographed not wearing her burqa. So she intentionally went there to draw attention to herself so she can complain about it.
She's trying to get street cred.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. It's just like, what do you expect when you go to an area that is not used to that, and you do that? People are going to look at you, whether it's malicious or not, is obviously in the eye of the beholder. But you specifically did that to draw attention to yourself, so you can go and generate this social cred.
That's spot on.
And the problem is that, you know, this is putting into position a weird dichotomy that is saying that if she's saying essentially that he's portraying all Muslims as terrorists by this particular approach to things, which is not the case, and that's disgusting. I mean, if you know Muslims, Muslim people, which I have the benefit of knowing many, it's 1,000% not Muslim to be terrorist. It's a real problem. It makes me crazy, and the statements made by this person are disgusting.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, and yeah, like I said, you know, this is like not her first time calling something or somebody, you know, racist and, you know, anti-Muslim. So no surprise.
I mean, seriously, I mean, it's like any other religion. I mean, you're going to find the bad apples that are going to take something out of context and create some form of extreme ideology that's going to create a bad circumstance. That is not representative of everybody else that's in that particular religion, right?
Yeah.
That's very similar culture to your comment. The one we were talking about sporking with the whole Loki thing, where the one dude said something idiotic to the showrunner, and then the showrunner decided to cherry pick one comment and say, this sums up everyone. And that's what they do. They ignore the comments where there's like a logical like question or something to think about. And they cherry pick the one that has the bad insult and said this represents the toxic.
And here's another thing too. This is coming from Bashy Washy. It says terrorists are not Muslim. Comments division. I am Muslim, and I can tell you that for sure. Yeah, man, I believe you.
We agree.
Terrorists come from everywhere. Terrorists. Yeah, no, it's somebody with a screwed up thought process based around an ideology that is incredibly extreme. It doesn't allow for what we promote in this country or in a few others around the world. A concept of pluralism and tolerance. Right now, who are the most tolerant people in the world? Because I can point at people who aren't.
I can point out a white person who was a terrorist. Her name was Carly and Falcon Winter Soldier. She's pasty white. There you go.
Yeah, right.
Terrorist, right there.
You have the KKK. You have the Black Hand back in the early in the early 20th century. You have, obviously the ones that we all know about from the past 20 years.
You have the group that Jane Fonda was a part of. You have
the Underground Weather Group.
Yeah, you have the Weathermen.
Yeah, the other Underground Weather Group is another one.
The Weathermen.
Didn't she get a pardon from Clinton or something?
Yeah, she did.
She did.
She did pardon, but I don't remember who did it.
Yeah, it was really weird. I mean, you know, when you're. It doesn't matter. Look, Hollywood's always been full of
ego,
interesting political positions, and I'm going to leave it there. But anyway, there's an article here, and I'll stop talking.
Okay. Crap. I want to say. Okay, good. I didn't lose them.
Unless you want me to read.
I was just say, by
all means, Culture Casino, take over for me. I do not mind whatsoever, and I'm sure the audience doesn't mind either.
Well, you have a couple more super chats. I'll let you get first.
Okay. I'll take care of those first. So, Roof Cream the Base for 5 American pesos. Start naming names and holding people accountable. Exactly. That's my point. The corporations and the banks and funds. Name the people who are responsible. Put a face to the names. I agree. Godzillionaire for $2. I hear Mahler is giving Longman title to Drew.
Oh no!
And unfortunately, I really wish I created that Drew meme, but I did not.
That's a different kind of long.
Guys,
What?
if you got a weak stomach, chat or on the panel, brace yourself for Terminus S's comment.
Let me get something queued up for that. So Terminus S for $2. Nick Weiss, flavor number 23. Joe Biden's presidential runs.
When he needs help wiping that butt.
Yeah,
it's like a daily thing for him.
Mud butt.
Rip Crane the Base for $5. TIV, a tendency for inspirational victimhood study by Tel Aviv University, has named a new personality construct. TIV coincides with social media rise. Interesting. That is really interesting, and it seems like a lot of issues with depression has really kind of started spreading with social media.
Oh, it has. It's a new kind of depression because you are looking for self-worth from a social media platform. And it's unfulfillable.
Yeah, that's
and it's kind of disturbing too. Tim Pool, he made comments about this months and months ago, especially when TikTok started rising up, about how you can have these foreign internationals manipulating likes and dislikes and comments on your accounts, on your posts. Yes. And that's basically social engineering you to change your perspective in your mind.
It is 100%. I mean, they have toolboxes is what they're referred to as, and they were exposed by a really dim-witted lady. I guess she was 18, so I can now say she is famously quoted as "How dare you?" And I would say the same thing to her for the social engineering that she tries to influence a lot of other people. I guess she got her rise out of climate change.
How dare you?
Right there, as a matter of fact. But she and everyone associated with her, including apparently Rihanna, because she's one of the people who got the toolbox for bringing to everybody's notice the manipulation that was being done with the Indian farmers. These people are bad news, and when you start to see these people repeating the same talking points, you know for a fact they are trying to manipulate you through social engineering. But
you can only repeat something so many times before people start believing it.
Yeah, that's
true. Actually, now people are getting savvy and they're going, that's complete bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's hope that people pick up on it. All right, let me get this last super chat and we'll get back over to the article over here. All out of God damn, I fucking Joe Biden. Come on, man. I got that one too. I can cue that up right now. Come on, man. Anyway. Okay.
Biden has become a verb.
Yeah, Biden myself. For 5 American pesos. Once again, a very small vocal minority is destroying fun for the majority. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. It is like a bully going to a sandbox and breaking all the toys.
True. I had to correct that Korean comment. Well, slightly correct that. He's right. It is a vocal minority. It's just funny because when Hollywood likes to deflect from certain issues, they'll say it's a very vocal minority. But when it's the vocal minority that they want to appeal to, the excuse of vocal minority goes out the window.
Yeah. That's true. But here's an interesting thing. Biden was a verb before the election.
Come on, man.
All right. Anyway, in continuation to the subject matter at hand, I will read this giant quote of garbageness. Anti-Muslim bigotry is repugnant and condemnable, yet has become so deeply rooted, so widely accepted in society that it is not even given a cursory consideration, as evidenced once again in this situation. Akhtar continued. I cannot comprehend how time and time again festivals and communities within comics espouse values regarding inclusivity, diversity, comics being for everyone, zero tolerance on hate, but all that lip service evaporates when they are asked to enact those same values.
Yeah. First off, I want to point something out. I said this before. I'll say it again. Okay. The comic shop, the people that show up there, is as diverse as the people that live around it. Okay.
Yep.
So if you live in an area that is majority white, the majority of people that are going to show up at that comic shop are going to be white. If you live in a city such as myself, where you have a very large Hispanic population, you're going to have a very large Hispanic population within your comic shop.
Yep.
Okay.
It's true.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's true.
I rarely see black people at my shop. On occasion, I do. Not always. Majority of people there, Hispanic, white, occasionally Asian.
Yeah, it is. Your comic shop represents your demographics. Oh, wait a minute. Your grocery store represents the demographics of your area. Wait, your bookstore represents the that's the problem, is most people don't see this. Representation exists in the United States in a way it does not in any other place in the entire world.
Yeah.
I remember this one video I came across where it talked about how you can be a Greek person who moves to let's say Ireland. You won't be an Irishman. You're still you're still a Greek person in Ireland.
Yeah.
But you can be a Greek person to move to the United States.
You can be an American.
Naturalized, and you can become an American.
Yes.
Where else can you do that in the world?
Nowhere
No,
else.
you really can't do it anywhere else.
Nowhere else. We live in the melting pot. It's called that for a reason. But guess what?
Yeah.
You can retain elements of your culture inside and outside. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But when you get here, a certain amount of assimilation occurs. And you know what? Everybody around you accepts that, you know, if I go over
Canada,
here,
but that don't count.
no, they don't. Seriously, the diversity.
Hashtag stop the Canadian hate.
I actually saw a video some time ago by. Sorry.
No, please go. Please go.
I was going to say I actually saw a video some time ago by. What was his name? It's like he does 10-minute history videos. And one of the videos he did was about how the United States almost came close to annexing Newfoundland after World War II.
Would have been good.
During World War II, the United States got permission to the naval bases and bases in Newfoundland and Labrador, and our presence there up to the economy, the local economy. And after the war, a lot of pro-American sentiment was in Newfoundland and Labrador, but the British and the Canadians did not want the United States to get control of that territory because we would have so much control over the Northern Atlantic. So that's
interesting.
So they
the coastline
saw an election in Newfoundland and Labrador that said you can either become permanently a part of the United Kingdom. You can either become your own country, or you can become a part of Canada. You choose. But
by the way, Chris, your connection's kind of breaking up.
Yeah, I have that issue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, just reset. But no, you're not wrong, and that was an amazing point in time. And although I think the Newfies would have been the bananas ad to the United States, I'm just saying because dang.
Well, I mean, we wanted Newfoundland, Labrador, and Greenland. So,
that would have worked out well. But no, they absolutely. You're 100% right. Historically, they did not want the United States to have that much control of the Atlantic.
Yeah,
especially the coast.
Yeah.
But you're 1,000% right.
All right, let me get the super chat real quick, and then we'll get back to the article. Megatron Prime for 5 American pesos. Hail. I hate what they did to Megatron and Optimus Prime in the new Netflix Kingdom show. It's woke. Wow, I haven't even heard about that.
What? I was gonna say that's news to me.
It's not good. So
how do you make fucking robots woke?
Yeah, how do you do
they
that?
did it, Tom. They did it.
Haven't you seen the Transformers, Tom?
I did.
Thomas just gave it up.
That video is hilarious.
Lordy.
It is absolutely hilarious.
Oh man,
All right.
do you realize
the non-binary?
We have a lot of great people in the chat. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm going to continue to read now. In a follow-up tweet, Akhtar stated that though she had first contacted Thought Bubble about this privately 8 weeks ago and had been assured action would be taken, Miller's continued invitation made her feel as if it's been communicated to me and that I am the acceptable loss. Repercussions to my career income over repercussions to theirs.
I could say that she's an acceptable loss because she's a twat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is the tweet, bologna sausage. I'm not going to reread.
I think it does mention in the article somewhere where it talks about the whole reason why they caved to her is because of her profession as a news writer or something like that. So she would be
she's
in their butts.
Yeah, she's a trash bag, but it's fine. Though Akbar does not cite any specific instances of anti-Muslim bigotry from Miller, it is assumed that she is referring to his creation of Holy Terror, a graphic novel in which an original character known as the Fixer sets out to battle Al-Qaeda. Originally developed for DC as a Batman story, Holy Terror would release to widespread criticism, as many believe the story depicted the religion of Islam rather than the specific terrorist group Al-Qaeda as the book's villain. However, while Miller stood by his work upon its publication in 2006, he has since changed his opinion of the self-admitted propaganda story.
Yeah, it pretty much was a propaganda story.
When I look at Holy Terror, which I really don't do all that often, I can really feel the anger ripple out of the pages. There are places where it is bloodthirsty beyond belief. Miller told The Guardian's Sam Thielman in 2018, "I don't want to go back and start erasing books I did." He replies, "I don't want to wipe out chapters of my own biography, but I'm not capable of that book again."
Okay, so that's one thing I want to point out is that obviously, this book was, I think, an act of catharsis by Miller.
Yeah.
He did it because he was mad. He was mad about 9/11. He was mad about what happened. I get it. And like I said, there's a reason why DC turned it down.
Yep.
And yeah, so I mean, I get it. He wrote it from a place of anger. He was upset about what happened, and ultimately, as he just spelled out in that interview, it's not something he's planning on repeating.
Well,
so there you go.
But let's review. Let's go backwards in time. There have been many other books to date that have been turned into films or attempted to be turned into television properties that came after some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Miller is not a bad guy, or else they would not, again, Hollywood and other entities would not have tried to turn his products into other consumable media. But that's
who were the earlier villains of the first Iron Man movie?
Oh yeah, they were
terrorists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Justin Hammer.
Our introduction to Iron Man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, Justin Hammer wasn't really a villain. He was a tool.
He's a
bag.
businessman.
No.
Yeah.
Tool bag.
Ultimately, he was the villain of the story, but at the very beginning, who created Iron Man was terrorist because of what
Oh
happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it was a modernized version of the story of how Iron Man became Iron Man, because originally he was in Vietnam.
Yes.
And it was his weapons being used by the Viet Cong that led him to the same. And again, it's the same situation.
It's the exact same thing, and they did
And
it
it
in a
made
different
sense
way.
why they did it that way.
And
Stop the Viet
not
Cong
only that.
hate.
What was that, Tom?
Stop the Viet Cong hate.
Oh,
Yes.
I remember. I think I remember reading someplace about how Iron Man came to be, and that's like Stan Lee wanted to create an insufferable, self-centered, capitalist millionaire, and just shove him down people's throats. And so we got Iron Man.
We got Iron Man and Stan.
Well, it takes all sorts, right? I mean, I love the idea that you have this guy who's a bit of a self-centered prick, and he wants to be a hero. And he can do it because it's like Batman, right? With because he's a rich dude.
Yeah.
And so he basically, rather than go through the training like Batman, he uses his money to build tech, which is his suit. So
is
But
great.
it doesn't matter. Obviously, from the very beginning, his character is introduced as superior engineer mind, right? And so he does a great job. Batman is developmentally a detective, somebody who solves a lot of issues. I mean, let's not get into all that. I'm just saying, I enjoyed the film. Again, this is the magic of Jon Favreau making something come to life that we all appreciate. But I will continue to read now. Over the last 14 years, Thought Bubble has grown into an amazing community of comic creators and fans who we love, trust, and respect. We have let you down in our commitment to maintaining Thought Bubble as a safe space. Oh, fuck you in the ear hole. Safe space.
I hate that word.
I feel that one.
We have fallen short. Read the convention organizer statement, or read, I should say, the convention organizer statement. We exist to share the art form, fuck you, and its world with people. In any if any individual, group, or any individual, are you fucking kidding? Oh my god, group or community feels uncomfortable or excluded from our show, then we have failed.
that's another thing we need to exploit. Is I feel uncomfortable with
Okay, well,
I'm uncomfortable with SJWs. They need to be expelled from my conventions.
Yes, and I'm uncomfortable if this room is not 72 degrees, motherfuckers.
Yeah. We got to start using these stupid tactics against them. And obviously, we have to stop using them once they learn their lesson.
Yeah, no, we have to punish these mother truckers. Anyway, I'm so angry right now.
I'm not comfortable if the room is not filled with checheeseburgers and pizza.
I agree with Tom on that one. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand with Tom on that.
Real quick, because Terminus brought this up, and we'll go revisit the super chat. Terminus F for $2. Show Tom my Frank Marshall super chat.
Yes, please.
I don't know if I can highlight it, but I'll definitely go reread it. Let me go find it, Terminus. Do somebody vamp for me.
I heard what you said about me. Something about my wife giving me a Dutch oven. Fuck you, buddy. I do every night. I'm like, honey, come here. I got something to show you. Right. And she thinks she's gonna get a Wheaties snack. But I shove her under there and I'm all right.
Well, Terminus, Tom did hear your super chat.
I
You just
heard
can't
it.
respond.
I heard it. I
Who
would never let her do that shit to me.
Okay.
Who brought Larry the Cable Guy in here?
That would probably be culture.
Get her done.
All right. There's more. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say I follow him on Twitter. He's as hilarious on there as he is in.
Oh,
in
dude,
shows.
I know, dude. Terminus is the bestest. Okay. Okay. Words on page. Reading more. Okay, here we go. We know that many of you are disappointed by us and have been expecting a comment on this before now. There's
Why
one
is Nick
person-
Weiser like smothering
What the
himself?
It's just the ridiculousness of this with discipliners. Go on.
Actually, I believe that.
Okay, so hang on, Tom. To answer your question, Nick Weiser is trying to protect himself from the coup. So
it's working.
We are
Yeah.
respecting his wishes.
Yeah.
As silly as he may look.
Yeah.
Look, here's the interesting thing. He's also protecting himself from pizza ingestion.
Yeah.
Yes. And pizza roll ingestion.
I don't have time for that kind of negativity in my life.
We are sorry for our silence while we've been trying to fix this.
Oh God.
Frank
Oh.
My God, man.
Oh,
Miller.
never say that. Come on, man.
Oh god, that reminds me
Oh,
of
wait.
I think it was Scott Snyder with the whole comic skates thing. He was literally out for a weekend with his family, and then Heather Antos was like, "Why did you say anything about comic skate? Why did you say
I
anything
was
about comic
camping
skate?"
and I didn't have my phone on. Cunt.
Because I have a family. Oh,
I'm sorry I didn't respond to your tweets in a timely manner.
See you.
Yeah.
R-E-S-T.
See you next Tuesday.
C-U-N-T. C-U-N-T. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I was going to go off with that, but I didn't. I'm going to finish. We are sorry for our silence while we've been trying to fix this. Frank Miller will not be attending Thought Bubble.
Oh, man.
Neither will I.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, that's not cool, man.
You know what? If I was living there, and I do like going to my conventions, I would not be attending their fucking convention. Because
Oh,
of
me
that.
neither.
I might do a counter convention with Frank Miller.
Oh yeah, I would do that if you could do that.
Yeah.
If you could do that.
The thought
Yeah.
bubble has become the echo bubble.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's the actually it's the twat bubble at this point in time, as would say.
Yeah.
Continuing their statement, the organizers further affirmed that they were deeply sorry, particularly to those who we should be standing up for the most, and hoped that you can give us the opportunity to make this better. And we thank you for holding us accountable.
Okay, so the people they should be standing up for are shitty opportunists. Because
Apparently.
that's what this lady is, by the way, folks. She's a shitty opportunist.
.com. Yes.
Yeah.
We know there is still more to discuss, and we will be replying to those who have been in touch. There's like 4 of them. We hope you can bear with us while we do this. The statement concluded. We won't let you down again, which means we won't be having this convention or this gathering again next year.
Thought Bubble will be apologizing because of this for the next 10 fucking
Here's
years.
what I
Yeah,
would
they
do.
will.
If I were you and
Yeah,
you
they
bought
will.
tickets to this, I would sue the shit out of them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Sue the
especially
shit
if
out
you
of
got the
them.
Frank Miller ticket.
So
I mean, I get
fucking
it. People
stupid.
cancel, but it's another thing when the convention cancels the guests.
Exactly. And it's not like there was an act of God or, problem with scheduling. This is them deliberately taking the headliner and canceling them over 3 people reeing over it.
Yep.
And
I dude, sue the shit out of them. You can.
you're right. I would. And I agree with you guys. We need to start using their own goddamn tactics again. I've been saying this shit. Everybody said I was nuts when I said this shit.
Nope,
I've been
you're right.
saying this
You're right,
shit for
Tom.
months.
You're
Never
not
disagree,
nuts, man.
Tom.
Yeah, Tom has been saying that for a while though. So
Tom's not wrong, and I
Yeah.
look. I'm one of
But
those
he's
guys
right.
who just turn it around on them. I mean, I've always felt that way. It's really easy. They're really dumb.
So when they turn around and go, "You're acting like an insufferable prick," it's like, how does it feel?
How's it feel, dipshit?
yeah,
We have been.
yeah. I mean,
We've been
look,
suffering through your bullshit.
well, I'm like,
Now you're suffering through ours.
Yeah, look, let's serve this up because you assumed my gender. You called me a prick. That's uncomfortable. Perhaps you should examine your privilege, you giant twat waffle.
I just like
Oh,
hearing
no.
culture say twat waffle. Can I just say that?
It's really uncomfortable.
I'm
I
sick.
mean,
Look at the cuck soy boys and the blue-haired man
Actually,
whales
yeah,
and the red-haired
you know what?
hypebees. Fuck them all.
Tree Rock
Fuck 'em
Creations
all.
in the chat came up with this concept of
They're all the same.
class action lawsuit. Sure, I wasn't going to go to this motherfucker, but yeah, let's launch that bitch.
That's what I'm
Let's go.
saying. Let's take them.
Let's
If
start.
you got
let's
tickets,
start- let's do this because
Who
if
else
you're
is
gonna-
left there after fucking Frank Miller?
Oh, nobody.
No
Like,
namers.
Smith?
No namers. Like,
no,
Yeah.
Frank
Yeah,
Miller.
there's no namers.
Frank Miller is the god of graphic novels, in my opinion, and I am very disappointed that they did this to him. But there's 1,000 more disappointments, and we're going to talk about more because Comics Division has a whole lineup of sadness.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, we gotta make it snappy to culture because we have like 3 other articles I want to cover, and I want to make sure. We call it 4-1 anyway. That means we're gonna have to cut something out probably.
Oh wow! I'm sorry, Drew.
Well, we're not going to be cutting that out. So, Scarlett Johansson, we all heard about this. This is the news of the day. I got a video releasing about it tomorrow.
Nice.
Please watch it. Scarlett Johansson sues Disney over Black Widow's streaming release.
I will comic since you asked so nicely.
What's that? Oh, thank you, sir.
Very interesting. This is going to send out a nice little ripple effect.
Oh, this is beautiful in 1,000 different ways, and I can't wait to hear you guys' response. So here we go. Star alleges simultaneous release of the latest Marvel movie in theaters and on Disney Plus service was a breach of contract.
Breach of contract.
Whoopsies.
Yep. Okay.
Black Widow has a new enemy. The Walt Disney Company.
Whoops.
Well, believe all women, after all.
Yeah, exactly. Believe all women. We should definitely be backing ScarJo for this. I hope Disney. I hope she sues the shit out of them and she gets every single penny she deserves from this company. Believe all women.
I
Yeah.
think
In this instance.
I think she's demanding $50 million.
good.
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 I
hope
hope
she gets every
even
penny.
more than that.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
actually
she
bigger
should
than
ask for 200 million just to fuck with them. Like,
it's just bigger than what she was supposed to get paid. But we'll go on. She was only deserving. She got 20 million already. She's only supposed to get 15 million more from what I was to understand based on the contract. But we'll continue.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson, star of the latest Marvel movie Black Widow, filed a lawsuit Thursday in Los Angeles Superior Court against Disney, alleging her contract was breached when the media giant released the film on its Disney Plus streaming service at the same time as its theatrical debut.
Yep.
Ms. Johansson said in the suit that her agreement with Disney's Marvel Entertainment guaranteed an exclusive theatrical release, and her salary was based in large part on the box office performance of the film. By the way, that's not entirely accurate, but that's fine.
Yes.
yeah, I know.
Disney intentionally, this is a quote.
Disney intentionally induced Marvel's breach of agreement without justification in order to prevent Ms. Johansson from realizing the benefit of her bargain with Marvel.
The suit said.
That was a great
That was a good one.
lawyer/accountant impersonation culture.
Very well.
Just throwing that
Amazing.
out there.
A Disney, I've read this a couple times today, so I'm getting better at it. A Disney spokesman said Miss Johansson's suit had no merit and is especially sad and distressing in its callous disregard for the horrific and prolonged global effects of the COVID.
Oh, shucks. I got Goofy starving.
If we don't get the 20 million back, we're gonna have to go shoot Pluto.
I might have to start sucking cock.
Oh, I never thought hearing Goofy say that would be so interesting, hilarious.
So low.
Sit the fuck down, Goofy, and get to work.
Oh my gosh, we are so off. The company said it
fully complied with Miss Johansson's contract, and furthermore, the release of Black Widow on Disney Plus with Premier Access has significantly enhanced her ability to earn additional compensation on top of the $20 million that she received to date. The suit could be a bellwether for the entertainment industry. Major media companies are giving priority to their streaming services in pursuit of growth and are increasingly putting their high-value content on these platforms. Those changes have significant financial implications for actors and producers who want to ensure that growth in streaming does not come at their expense, which is how I would have written that, but they didn't. This will surely not be the last case where Hollywood talent stands up to Disney to make and makes it clear that whatever the company may pretend, it has a legal obligation to honor its contracts, said John Berlinski, an attorney at Kasowitz, Benson, and Torres, LLP, who represents Miss Johansson.
It just so happens to be Porky Pig. It sounds just alike.
Hey, Tom, you want to read this?
Yeah, and then no.
I didn't think so. Here we go. The suit also notes that annual bonuses for Disney chairman Robert Iger and chief executive Bob Chapek, the most boring bookkeeper in the world, are tied to the performance of Disney Plus and cites that as a further motivation for putting Black Widow on the service, which makes perfect sense. I mean, come on. Disney disclosed in its 2021 proxy that Messrs. Iger and Chapek both received bonuses for the success of Disney Plus. In a short message, in short, the message to and from Disney's top management was clear. Disney Plus subscribers never mind your contractual promises, and you'll be rewarded, the suit said.
So in other words, though, here's another point that we missed earlier, culture that Miss Johansson can stand behind. Bob and Bob had a financial
Oh, yeah, they did. They had a financial incentive.
Financial what? Financial incentive?
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Incentive to put it on Disney Plus instead.
Oh, because it's tied to their bonus.
Oh.
Yeah, because CEOs tie their bonuses to stupid things sometimes, like that.
You know,
And other things I'm not going to mention on stream.
Well, yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go.
But the best part is Miss Johansson has the Looney Tunes representing her.
Well, I'm working on it.
She does.
I say, I'm just a Southern lawyer.
Fried lawyer, maybe.
Have you
Miss
noticed?
Johansson.
If you notice that one of the inferior Looney Tunes is the guy doing the voice here, so I'm just
The things they have done to this young lady.
Very angry.
yeah. See, that was Torres. That was
With his
Torres
mouth
from
for
the
years. You can't understand a damn thing that Duck says. He's shifty, and I think he's Russian.
Now, if anyone's talking like that, like Donald, yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's Donald. I was about to do that.
Objection.
Anyway, I can't do it anymore. I used to be able to do it for real. Okay,
I used to could do Donald, but I can't do him no more either.
I think the reason why is you hit puberty and you just can't, you can't do it anymore.
I grew testicles or they fell down or I don't know what happens.
Yeah. Well, even with my high ass voice, I can't even do Donald no more.
I could do me a Mickey Mouse before when I was younger.
Haha, everybody can do Mickey.
Well, not well, apparently.
Pluto was in my Uranus.
Oh my god.
Was that Daffy Duck? What the fuck, dude?
Dude, Tom is on fire tonight, man.
Haha, Goofy, get back to sucking.
Oh my
We can just make a lot of short films and animations with Tom voice acting.
I'm pretty sure that Tom has seen the picture of Captain Marvel looking up at Cara Dune and saying, "Why isn't she doing this?"
Oh, I saw that. I saw that. That was good. What's all this talking about? I'm not wearing the purity rings.
Yeah,
Get the fuck up! Get the fuck up! You don't fucking talk to me! Fucking get the fuck up!
Welcome to the stream, people.
No, they're used to it. This is pretty typical for my stream.
Yeah, they are used to it. Yeah.
I mean, after all, one of my members coined Dick's Division as a thing, and
yeah,
it became a thing.
This is kind of a regular thing. So
yeah,
it's amazing.
You know, Dick's stand up is another quote from the chat. So
yeah.
All right.
You know, you can only do one dick push up.
Someone wants Tom to do Yoda.
Yeah, do Yoda, Tom.
Do Yoda what?
Do I hear Yoda talking up?
Star Wars smoking weed.
Yoda.
Did you guys see that back in the day, or listen to that? Star Wars smoking weed.
Yeah.
But honestly, surrounds us. It penetrates us.
Like a big floppy dildo.
Well, no. Here's the thing: Yoda is essentially Grover, only a slightly different, like presentation.
The whole universe in your thumbnail could be.
Jason and I, we know someone that does an amazing Yoda voice, and we got
Locutus.
Locutus. We got onto the online Cards Against Humanity game, and we had him reading out the cards in Yoda's voice.
Frank Oz, I don't do as well. Frank Oz, I'm okay with, but I'm better with the Jim Henson voices, of course.
But the best quote in the world is "Don't fear the dick."
For sure.
Don't fear the dick.
It is from American Horror Stories, the spin-off series, and the quote is like, "Don't fear the dick, you fear the dick, don't fear the dick."
I'm more partial to Beware the Drew.
Comics has a good Jordan Peterson doing Kermit the Frog.
Well, that's true.
God, now I gotta perform.
Come on, God.
First off, you have to figure out your
pressure.
You're a fucking chimpanzee filled with snakes.
Oh, shut up!
Well done.
I can't think of any other Jordan quotes off the top of my head, so that was like the only one I could think of.
It's okay. Go clean your room.
My favorite was when I did my video on Jordan Peterson being called Red Skull, and I took a Jordan Peterson speech, and I grabbed a clip of Kermit the Frog, and I spliced them together. It was fucking fun.
You have to watch Freedom's Tunes.
Oh, he's great.
Video that he did
great.
of that. He did. Did you see the video that he did of that?
Yes. Yeah. The one where he did with Jordan Peterson as
Red Skull.
Red Skull. Yeah.
And like at the end of it, all the Avengers.
No, you gotta listen to him.
Oh my god, you
gotta listen to what he's saying.
I need to get back in contact with my dad.
I think I'll call my dad.
Oh, go call dad now.
All right, back to the
I
article.
call to the stand one Roger Rabbit.
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Breathe. I haven't done anything since 1988.
Uncomfortable and slightly aroused.
Well, yeah. Actually, that's actually kind of why I'm
What
uncomfortable.
about trail mix-up?
There's so much room there, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, everybody, you want to get high?
Who's doing the Tally impersonation? Is that Weiser?
That was me.
God damn, Jed, that was great.
I know. Hey, everybody, you want to get high?
I remember.
Oh my god.
I think the people at home are wondering what in the world are these people smoking.
I used to go and watch it all the time, and I was just doing a Tally voice, and I was walking through the comic book store one time, and somebody said,
I want to get high.
I can't do Tally.
The thing about Tally is they made him as a joke, right?
Yeah.
Like they made him. They're like, we need to think of like the dumbest fucking character ever. they're like, well, what if we just make a talking towel? So they do it, and they're like expecting everybody to hate the character. That's why there was like this fake commercial for the Towelly toys and all this shit during the show.
So good.
And then all of a sudden, people actually wanted the fucking toys.
Well, they did the exact same thing with Mr. Hanky. I
It was
mean,
kind of the same. Yeah, it was like a fucking flat out joke. They're like, they never expected it. To
and
be
then
anything.
it like blew up and like. Howdy ho!
Anyway, ScarJo, I don't know if you want to keep reading this, but I think we're all kind of we know Disney's gonna pay them off.
Yeah, because they're gonna pay her off. They're gonna pay her off times 11 billion. But everybody else got to do voices and I didn't. So I was.
We talked about you did several voices.
You did a radio guy voice.
Yeah, and really good.
I was born with radio guy voice.
No, and that you were doing the attorney voice.
Oh well,
attorney voice. It sounds a lot like the Porky Pig.
Well, but
that's all, folks.
But I'm inspired by this man right here, who doesn't better than anybody else in the world. Comics kills the attorney voice. I love it so much.
Because Tally and Mr. Hanky are kind of the same voice.
They kind of are.
You got to go a little bit higher with Mr. Hanky.
Okay.
Mr. Mackey says, okay. All right, so what do we want to go to next? Kevin Smith or Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chinballs?
I think
leaving and
Tom's
burning down.
I think Tom's been waiting for He-Man. So
can I ask a question?
No.
Okay.
I'm kidding. No.
He's like, no.
You can ask one question.
Okay. Do you think Kevin Smith is going to get to represent Netflix ever again?
Hell no.
I'm confused, Your Honor. I thought I was here representing Disney against Miss,
I actually think he will.
Johansson.
Culture, you forget we're in the era of failing upwards trajectory. You fuck up one property, you move on to another property, and
burn one property to the ground, you move on to the next, and we are being demanded by Shellback.
Do
the damn voice, Culture.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide.
Shut up and sit down, you big bald fuck.
So that should be green.
Little do you know, he's doing the voice of the guy in the robe there, not Kermit, just so you know.
Oh, jeez.
Culture, man, he is so abused on this stream.
I don't know whose voice that was.
All right. Let's
He-Man.
He-Man. And the
That's
creations of the
why I was
universe.
quiet.
Today we learned a very special lesson.
I accidentally muted myself, guys. I'm so sorry.
I still feel like we missed 50% of the story with ScarJo, but it's okay.
Was there more?
Assholes.
Oh my god, dude! This thing is deep. This thing is as deep as Drew Taylor's dong reaches a lake. I mean, this thing is fucking.
Speaking of Drew, where did he go?
I was wondering that too. I think it's Storm got
probably the Storm. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, that's right, the Storm.
He got booted out when we were talking about the Comic-Con one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, we're missing somebody. Where's Drew?
I was like, where's Drew? Come on, come on, man.
Sometimes when you're John Dillerman, you lasso something you don't want to let go of. So he.
Well, the other thing too is like when you're neck deep in the stream, sometimes you don't notice stuff.
I do that every Sunday comic, so they have to tell me things, and I'm like, oh, somebody needs to go. Okay, like,
well, it's like that happened to me on Friday Night Tights. It's like something happened where I lost power, and he's like, comics in the backstage, and Gary's like, he left.
Oops, don't
happens.
Argentina. Okay, sorry.
Like, I have Retro or I have Ash telling me, hey, somebody needs to go, or somebody just pissed off and you didn't see him. Like, okay. So.
All right. So Kevin Smith continues to deny Master of the Universe Revelation was a bait and switch, tells fans to grow the fuck up. Okay, so first off, I want to point out something. You are the guy that put in a cartoon where Randall sues George Lucas because the prequel sucked. And you're telling us to grow the fuck up.
Not just that. Fuck that. Look at how he dresses, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. There's also that too. Who fucking wears a blazer with blue
the
jeans?
prequels are good.
I mean, come on.
He wears a blazer and a fucking hoodie with a t-shirt. Like,
he wears a blazer in a hockey jersey.
Yes,
with shorts.
And by the way, gonna make another Clerks with Dick and Fart and Stoner jokes, which I do too.
Nobody's gonna go see that Clerks because he fucked his shit up just now.
Kevin, long time fan. You were the voice of Gen X. Go fuck yourself. I'm not gonna go see your movies, dude.
Yeah. And I will say this comics, Kevin Smith from the 90s would kick present day Kevin's ass.
Yeah, you're right.
He
Kevin
was
Smith in the 90s would beat his ass.
He was all about fuck the man, fuck the establishment. I'm gonna fuck Hollywood. I'm gonna do shit myself.
He's a fucking sellout.
And what has he been doing for the last 10 years? Whenever a geek related movie has been coming out, posting pictures of himself crying. He's telling us to grow up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah, he's the shill of shills.
Oh yeah, he's turned into the very thing he hated.
Yeah, dude. Because when he did Red State, he would always bitch about Hollywood and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's a part of the fucking system. You become the man, Kevin. You're no longer the outsider.
You're not one of us no more, Kevin.
No, you're not one of us. You're not one of us. You're not.
It's hard to believe this is the same guy who wrote Guardian Devil for Daredevil and Green Arrow.
Yeah, I know.
Because those are both great comic runs. I love them.
Yeah.
We gotta get this one from Terminus for $5. Okay. Terminus says for $5. Nick Weiser, flavor number 5. Kevin Smith's bottom bitch bukkake blast. And that gets 32 flavors of Nick Weiser.
Did you miss the one before that?
What's that?
You missed the super chat before that.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, all out of bubblegum.
Flavors get priority. What can we say, Tom? Flavors always get top priority around here.
Like I said, sometimes I miss stuff. Okay, here we go. All bubblegum for 5 American pesos. It's time to set Tom off. Next up is TMNT. The heroes in a half shell will now be trans flatbread believers.
You're not far off.
They've already race bent.
Well, no, I was gonna say I wouldn't even. I would laugh at the joke, but fucking what this Seth Rogen is making the next movie, dude. I should.
Dude, what if he turns all the turtles into females? I'm calling. They're gonna turn all the turtles into females.
They're going to add in the female. They're going to add in the female turtle from the third movie, and she's going to show up all the male turtles about their male chauvinist ways.
It'll be Jenica, like they did with the later books from IDW. Once after issue 100 hit, which the original early issues of that Eastman run and the current IDW one were pretty good. But then all of a sudden they created Jenica, and Eastman left the book, and the book has been all about Jenica since. And while the book is all about promoting Jenica, in the core Ninja Turtles book, they released another book, a limited series based on Jenica.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Okay, real quick. Let's get back to the subject at hand, and this is my response to Kevin Smith.
Fuck you!
Interesting.
That's from SLC Punk.
Great
movie. Culture is trying to say something.
No. All I was going to say is, Tom, unless you've heard something I haven't, that's not a done deal.
Seth Rogen? Oh, it's done.
Yeah.
Fuck.
He dropped shit on. He dropped even a deal on Twitter, and we already know that he's gonna. I'm gonna emphasize the teenage aspect of the turtles.
So they're gonna be overly horny.
It's done.
So let's remember, folks.
Fucking Seth Rogen ruins everything.
The one thing that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were the least in the original comics were teenagers. Like you couldn't even really differentiate them all that much. The only difference was Raphael was the more angry one. That was about it.
I grew up with the
So which one of the turtles is gay and which one is trans?
Neither.
Biotello.
Oh, hell no. Tom, don't do my boy dirty like that. Come on.
It's not going to be Tom who's going to be doing your boy dirty. It's going to be Hollywood. All right, let's get this.
Les Bernardo.
Okay,
let's commence on the shitting of He-Man.
There we go. Amidst the vocal backlash to the bait and switch of killing off He-Man
twice,
in the first episode of Masters of the Universe Revelation, showrunner Kevin Smith has denied that any such occurrence took place within the first part of his recently released Netflix He-Man revival, even going so far as to tell fans upset with his handling of the series to grow the fuck up.
I got Kevin Smith's email.
I used to have it, but he changed his email, so
it might not still be his email, but
I think he changed it because I know he changed it on me. I have his old one and it's not there no more. So,
hosting a recent Masters of the Universe Revelation themed episode of his own podcast, That Man Beyond, alongside Orko voice actor Griffin Newman, Smith responded to fan outrage against his decision to not only kill off He-Man in the first episode of Revelation, but also continually and publicly deny that any such event would come to pass by explaining that the writing team approached the series with the idea that you have to keep away. What the fuck is that? What
the fuck?
Okay, I give other outlets shit for this too. I will give Bounding shit too. Get a fucking editor, guys. Come on.
Darth Scipio, I like that. Transitello, that's better than Biotello. And then we can make the other one Dikey Angelo.
Okay, Tom, you have to do the knucklehead voice here of our.
In order to make an interesting, where is it at?
You got it. You're good.
Yeah,
you got
in
it.
order to make an interesting story, the first thing you have to do is take the most powerful man in the universe and try and fucking suck his dick off like a sword. After we do it in episode 1, he's his fucking life. He sacrifices his life for the women in the world because, you know, Tila's nothing but a sidekick, because I never watched that shit, and if I did, I hate watched it because I was so worried about being in the closet. But, you know, fix it, Amy.
Beautifully done, Tom. Beautifully done.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Kids, welcome to the He-Man podcast.
Well, turning to the specific accusations that He-Man steps aside in his own series, Smith argued,
hang on, I want to point something out. He's the one who said that He-Man does not step aside. He's the one who used the word "step aside."
No, because I fucking killed him twice.
Tom, read the quote, because
It's a messianic moment when, and if
no,
you follow
up.
If He-Man given his life for the entire universe is stepping aside, then Tony Stark in the cinematic universe stepped aside. Jesus Christ stepped aside.
The man
a messianic moment. If you follow the classic literature, the hero's arc, it's where the hero eventually goes down on himself and he just sucks his own dick off. All over his neck, face, and chest. And then you have to sacrifice your life for a cause that's greater than yourself. Muse, bring me some pot.
Oh man.
And honestly, does not know who Jesus
You picked
is.
the wrong fan base to fuck with, Kevin, because we know every goddamn thing about you.
Especially with the internet. I don't get how these guys say this shit and they don't realize we're one thing in 2021, which is good. The internet is fucking forever.
Yep. Henry 101 has a great comment. He says, He-Man stepped aside off a cliff.
Yeah, no shit.
No shit on that one.
He-Man.
Two super chats, and then we get going again. God dang.
All right. Eric K for 5 American pesos. TMNT Trans Magical Ninja Heroes with the rainbow.
They're super. Thanks for asking.
There it is.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Stone Cold Jeremy for 5 American pesos. The new Timothy will have their pronouns on their headbands instead of different
Like
colors.
Cowabunga, dude. Like we're totally into like soy-based pizza now.
What?
Well, next time we see Ninja Turtles, they're probably just going to be humans who have done surgery, just like Ollie London.
You know how expensive that shit is? Anyway, go ahead, Tom. This is another quote. God dang.
When folks are like, "Oh man, you fucking emasculated He-Man," I'm like, by making him sacrifice himself by saving all of Eternia and sucking off dick. Oh. Smith continued, "It's not sidelining, it's not stepping aside, it's heroic, and that's the point of view of a hero."
However, messianic or not, Smith appears to fail for sure, to realize that each of these moments was in fact the stepping aside of respective characters. So
also, I want to point out that the hero sacrifice happens at the end of the story, not the beginning.
Almost always, yeah. And well, except that it happened twice
Well,
already.
let's not ignore the fact that you basically have to have Tila, because he never did anything, right?
No,
he didn't win.
No.
Look,
he died.
You're right,
last
he didn't
episode.
win.
For him.
Tila and them fucked around for 3 episodes with Evelyn and Orko, killed Orko off, killed fucking Roboto off, then killed Adam and them off in the last episode.
Yep.
Like, I live tweeted it while I was watching it this last week.
Anyway.
Yeah, Jed tweeted as hell that day.
I mean,
I went off.
he for what, a year or so he pushed. Oh, He-Man's the center. He-Man's the main character. He-Man's the hero.
He lied.
They kill He-Man in the very first episode, and we get what, like about an hour, like 2 minutes of him in the entire first episode.
Yeah,
and then
and you just have some small flashback.
It's pretty apparent because they focused the very beginning of the show on Tila, and we all knew at that point it was going to be the Tila show.
And they made Man-at-Arms bend the knee too. Fuck them.
Yeah, they did. They fucking cucked them.
Yeah.
The very first episode. What is the very first episode all about? It starts out.
Uh-oh. He crapped out again.
Oh,
it shows you that they knew not only with not only did they know they were lying, but they knew because they had to lie that they couldn't promote it as a Tila show. They weren't confident in the show to promote as Tila. They were not confident whatsoever.
Better. If you read the description of the of each Netflix episode, guys.
Oh, I saw the descriptions.
The only word in there
I saw descriptions.
Consistent is Tila. Tila.
Tila and her partner, and I think it was episode 3, and I snagged it and I put it up on I put it up on Twitter, and I was like, so
if they advertise this, if they did the right thing, if they wanted to do a He-Man and Prince Adam are out of the picture story, they could have done it better as He-Man and He-Man has sacrificed his life for Eternia. Tila is now trying her best to try and keep the kingdom together. Why they try to find a way to save the magic that is dying off.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna plug my own garbage real quick, which is gonna be fucking funny.
It's not garbage. It's good. It's good.
Yeah. If you haven't seen this one part I did, it's pretty funny. Fuck, I didn't share the audio. God damn it.
And I had to live with it.
No, it is that, but I changed some stuff. It's pretty funny. But I also didn't know. God damn it! What
about me?
Yeah,
it isn't fair. You had to die, and I cut my hair.
No,
what about me?
Well, actually, it's more like an Otello moment to me. But okay.
Does anybody else remember that song? Or is it just me?
Yes, no, it's one of my favorite songs.
Okay, hopefully it won't get fucked up. Yeah, there we go. All right.
There it goes.
Couldn't even scream at you because you were gone.
That's basically what that scene was about.
Because It's all about me. I'm Tila, LGBT.
Yep.
I mean, if he seriously wanted to make the story, if he was actually being honest and he actually wanted to either have Tila, they could have done that. If they wanted to, if they were doing what they, if God, I can't. I'm trying to get my thoughts in order. If they were actually going to have He-Man as the center story, what they could have done is that splitting the swords destroys the swords. They have to go hunt them down, but Adam is there, and he has to learn how to be Prince Adam instead of
That's
just
what
being
we
He-Man.
thought was going to happen in the series.
Yeah, I thought that too, but
Yeah, I think
no.
everybody did.
Actually, that was the script. Is that Adam was there, but he couldn't turn into He-Man anymore. So he spent the rest of the story until.
But Kevin
end.
Smith was like,
Why
"But
don't we
what
just
if
kill
we
him
kill
instead?"
him off instead?"
Yeah,
I'm
But
going to get a
if they
hard on
actually-
because I'm going to
but-
kill him off twice. You know,
If they were actually
in the
fans
first and
of the
last.
franchise, Prince Adam would still be front and center. He is the hero. He is the champion, and he would have to learn how to be Prince Adam instead of relying on the powers of He-Man.
Well, and here's the thing, Chris, is, and I don't know how much you know about He-Man lore or not, but this is the part that bothered me was a lot of people were like, how did you not expect this? How did you not see this coming? And it's like, look, first of all, we trusted Kevin. That's our first mistake.
Oh,
Second mistake is if you, I know, and a part of me did too. Comics, don't get me wrong, especially after
me too.
Clownfish said what it did and all that stuff. But the thing is if you read that initial synopsis, anybody who's a fan of Motu knows that yes, Tila does have a destiny and a story that has not been told yet.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Being the
Absolutely,
sorceress,
100% correct.
You know.
And so we were holding out hope that that's what this was going to be about. And initially, and in the end, it will be at the final moment. And he's already telegraphed what it's going to be. Spoilers, because Adam said, you can fix all of this. You have the power. And then Evil Lyn comes in and cocks block for like the 5th time, somebody telling her what her destiny is. But Script Doctor and I sat down and we come up with like 2 or 3 different ways you could have done this. The same exact story and not made Tila an utter fucking bitch.
Yeah.
It's real easy. All you do is set it up like you did. He-Man sacrifices himself. Same thing. Adam's gone. The king finally realizes who he really is. Same thing with Tila. But in that moment, she's not so much angry at everybody for lying to her. At this moment, she's full of rage and she's ready to hunt down each and every last one of Skeletor's minions. And you need Man-at-Arms to calm her down and tell her this is your fucking destiny. But she rejects that. Hence, then you set her down this path. And at the same time, she also, it's going through the idea that I reject being the sorceress and I want to be the new Man-at-Arms, which I am.
But you're doing the thing that you shouldn't do there, Tom.
Which is kill off He-Man.
Yeah.
You can still bring him back.
It's a better
That's the whole
story
point.
than what we got. But
no. That's the whole point, though. The whole point is, okay, she keeps rejecting the idea of becoming the sorceress, not realizing all she has to do to bring He-Man back is to be the sorceress, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's rejecting through the whole story the idea.
Tom, you are accepting their premise.
Beware the Drew.
No, I don't have a problem with what they did. And I've said this before. They also missed the opportunity of what would the world be like in Eternia if He-Man and Skeletor didn't exist. Because
that's not what this is.
I know they fucked that up too. They
Yeah.
fucked that up too because they gave us a little bit of what it would be with Triclops. But let's be real. And I brought this up too. If He-Man's gone, that means, and Skeletor's gone, that's a whole lot of problems you just opened up. Tila ain't gonna have time to worry about her fucking fifis because every single one of Skeletor's minions is now gonna be vying for the leadership over Snake Mountain. And you're gonna have each and every one of them trying to take over. And then not only that, I've brought this up many times over. Skeletor is the devil, right? He's keeping worse shit off of Eternia.
He is actually.
So that's the other door that's opened up.
He's keeping Hordak from coming over.
Not just Hordak, but the Snake Man.
Yeah, the Hordak, Snake Man, and others.
But it's a better story, Tom, and that's where you could have driven this train. Is that you had a villain that wasn't exactly the complete villain you thought he was, trying to prevent complete disaster. And there's so many other ways they could have gone with this, but they look, this was not the story worth telling at all, and it was only told for one reason, and then it was lied about, and freaking Smith deserves to make $3 on fucking Clerks 3.
And it's sad because he sent his lapdogs after Clownfish TV, who were saying, "We hope that this isn't true."
Oh.
He'll be back in a
Hey,
second.
Drew!
Hey, Drew, what's up, brother?
Did I start the train of technical issues for people or
I
something?
think so.
Yeah, dude, stop doing that.
58-minute power outage. My
Oh
God.
Jesus, that sucks. All right, let me get some super chats real quick. So Mackie draws for $10. I don't have a dog in this fight. Pertains to He-Man. However, Kevin Smith lying and smearing of Clownfish TV and his Ryan Johnson approach to fans has lost any respect I have left for him. I completely agree, dude. I mean, that's the thing. Is that Kevin Smith is somebody I've admired for years as a filmmaker, as a creative. And then he pulls this shit, and it's like, and not only that, mocks the fan base, and that's what pisses me off.
Mock is the fan base. Mock's the guy invested in the show, and he just got destroyed by this guy. And not only that, I mean, he's a creator and an artist in and of himself, and he by the way, if you've ever listened to him, he thinks the art is offensive. There's good elements of the art, but when it gets to the women, he's like, "What the?"
Well, if you've seen the comparison where they or somebody went and removed the hair from Tila and removed the lipstick, and it looks like a dude. In my video, I did a side-by-side comparison. And
it looks just like a dude.
You legit made Tila a dude. Yeah. Anyway,
well,
Eric K for $2. Drew and his Wienermobile is back.
Nice.
So does that mean Tila is the modern age Finkel and Einhorn? I'm just saying. Einhorn is a man.
Terminus test for $2. Drew's dong shorted out his internet connection.
There's ladies asking for dick pics.
That's not what happened. There was actually a legitimate power.
I love how
outage
he has
here.
to defend himself.
Yeah,
on that.
it's
That's not what happened.
It's
My
like
dong didn't do that.
it was not a John Dillerman moment. By the way, still one of the best cartoons ever made.
But I wanted to kind of throw this out here because I heard an interesting conspiracy theory about this whole thing, and it was the fact that there were already a group of activists on board that were writing this, intending it to be woke. And they pretty much got Smith involved on the project to be the scapegoat and face of the whole thing, so he could take all of the flack for
the heat.
And I wonder if there's validity to that or not.
I
I'm
believe
just throwing
that.
it out there.
I believe that if the show was actually woke, and here's the argument that a lot of us have had in the community, and that is the show actually woke? I would say no. But what it does have is the problem is that the producers and the writers are woke, and they interjected.
It's not woke. It's intersectional. There is a difference.
Yeah.
And Tila's not Tila. That's the biggest problem in the show. You could rework, that's all I was getting at before was you could rework this as long as it was Tila, we wouldn't have a problem. And that's the thing is from point A on, she's not acting like the character we know.
Oh no!
Well, if they wanted,
Sarah Michelle Gellar was a poor choice.
Oh well,
The voice.
beyond the
it
voice,
was.
beyond the voice, it doesn't even matter. We just watched earlier today on Midnight's at Jespin. We had a watch party for the first 3 episodes of the 2002 series.
Oh,
In that, Tila
series,
takes charge. She's not expecting.
Hang on. I need to get to Dan's chat. He says, "We'll talk to you later. I thought the show was fine. Can't make an informed, intelligent review until you see the whole thing." Yeah, I'm not gonna see it, dude. That first half was enough. I don't need to see the rest of it.
It's the Last Jedi. Dude.
I don't
What's
fucking
left?
care.
We already know
It
what's
is the
gonna
Last
happen.
Jedi. All
Yes, I
over
am
again.
gonna grab my fucking pitchfork, dude. I'm sorry.
We
I'm
already
pissed
know
about
what's
this,
gonna happen.
man.
He already told us what's gonna
sorry,
happen.
dude. Don't be
It's
sorry.
too little, too late, man. And nothing personal, but it's like, and I don't care if people like it. People have, and I've heard from a lot of respected people that enjoy it. But there's also a point that I've noticed that a lot of people who like it generally aren't initially fans of the franchise. And I think that's where Kevin fucked up here. And I've made this point before, but it does bear repeating. and that is that Kevin should have known better. As we keep talking about, is Kevin is notoriously known for turning down huge comic book projects and other things because he knows there's a chance he could fuck it up, and on top of that, piss his fans off on top of a whole nother fan base. But he did not take He-Man seriously, and he's let us know that several times in several ways.
He actually has said that. Yeah.
So what you have here is a problem, and I see this throughout a lot of the people I actually do respect in the community and other places where I've had these point of views, is they don't take He-Man seriously enough. They don't understand the characters enough, and they don't quite understand where we're coming from. This is already the last Jedi of Masters of the Universe. It doesn't fucking matter what you do from here on out.
The damage is done.
You done fucked it.
Yes.
Well, Cookie Cat brings up a good point because it says, where was She-Ra? Shouldn't she have been upset and had a throwdown with Tila? And I kind of agree with that. Because the first
she's under a different license. She doesn't.
She-Ra. Yeah, she's under a different license. They couldn't bring her in. So
I was gonna say, because if you think about it from the story standpoint, from the continuity, Adora would have been the first one there.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. Yeah. But the problem is all this shit got fucked up in licensing, but it doesn't even matter. Because it wouldn't matter.
You don't need the licensing deal to tell a good story.
And that's exactly. And so it's just, these are the moments where you go, you done fucked up, dude. You did exactly the thing that you claimed you were 100% against when you attacked the goddamn Star Wars prequels. You fucking douchebag. Holy shit.
Kevin Smith never cared for He-Man.
No.
He never was a fan.
No, he's made it aware.
Did he make like a comment saying it was for babies?
He made several
I saw
comments,
a video. He saw a video where he said he was never into it, but it had its place in fandom. It was a very constructive, fair comment. I saw that video.
Yeah,
this is when he was morbidly obese, Kevin Smith. Before
that was
he
back on
became
Comic Book Men.
The heart attack, was it? Yeah. Was it a heart attack that he had?
Yeah, he had a heart attack.
Yeah,
years ago. But
and then it's like he came out a different person.
He has said a few times that he is not a fan, but now all of a sudden that he's in the midst of this, he claims he hate watched it back in the day. Which this is the first I'm hearing about it. Up until this show, he never claimed to have watched it. Now all of a sudden he claims he has watched it, and then it went from watching it to hate watching it. And then he has also claimed that it was a show. It was nothing but a 30-minute commercial made for babies. Was it pretty much, I think, verbatim what he's called it.
Yeah,
and right there is the mentality that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, let's be straight. Yes, it was a show, a 30-minute commercial for toys. Yes, that's exactly what it was.
But
like
so was
Transformers and G.I. Joe and everything in the 80s that came out, even She-Ra, stuff like that. That's fine. But I think the irony is that they're trying to do the same thing with the show. Is they're trying to use the show to sell toys again.
What cartoon?
Nobody's going to buy because the original fans that loved He-Man, you pissed off.
Yeah,
what cartoon doesn't sell toys? What cartoon isn't used to sell toys?
Yeah, exactly.
Explain that to me, please.
No, he's really, you see, to him, he doesn't see this as something as important as Batman or as Star Wars. Right? He doesn't get that. Like, for some reason, I don't understand it. Because like I said, and I'm not going to name names, but there's people that I respect highly in this community who see it the same way. And it's like, I don't understand how you cannot see how deep this is compared to what it looks like on the surface.
Yeah.
Like, look at what I just got into here just a little bit ago on all the couple avenues you could have taken with the story. That's because this lore is a lot fucking deeper than people give it credit.
So much
and one sec real quick. What's up, Bonzo? How's it going?
Hey, Anzo.
And that's the thing that pisses me off about Kevin is he should have known better. He should have known that if he bucked this up, it was going to piss off not just the He-Man fans, but his own fan base, which it has now.
And the other thing too, I want to point out real quick because I know that Danny likes it. It's like, dude, if you like it, that's fine. We're allowed to have different tastes, but this is my take on it, and it's the reason why I don't like it.
The only reason why he accepted this project was that he needed some extra cash for Clerks 3.
Yeah.
I believe
is that the reason why he did it?
It is. Because if you notice afterwards.
Why else? I'm not saying that. Okay, to be clear,
I think he fanned on Clerks 3.
Well, I mean, there you go. There you go.
I think it's. I hate to say it. I think this was the deal to get him where he needed to go for his financing for whatever. Somebody said, "Hey, can you come in and make this happen, and we'll help you out on a project?" And he wanted to get Clerks 3 done.
Now Lionsgate gave him the money, so it has nothing to do with Clerks 3.
Well,
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Where does money come from, Tom?
Well, Lionsgate will pay for it. That's my point. Is he didn't have to do it. See, and that was my point for Jay and Silent Bob reboot. He raised like $20 million, so I don't think it had anything to do with. I mean, sure, he got paid a nice check. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it had anything to do with him trying to get any kind of like.
But
dream project off the
who
ground. Who
controls the financing? It's not Lionsgate.
I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to Clerks 3.
No, it. Look, the money doesn't come from the studios.
Lionsgate just acquired the worldwide rights to Clerks 3.
That's true.
But just the other day.
But who writes the checks? You know what?
I thought it was the studios, but
no.
Doesn't Disney own Lionsgate too?
No, Lionsgate's
I don't think so.
Studio. No, it's just it doesn't matter. The dude wanted to make the. I don't care. Look,
it's being financed by 3 Point Capital and Bonded
Thank you.
Media Capital. That's
answer.
Right.
So it's being funded by a capital company.
Always is. That's what the way most of these
where the money comes from in Hollywood. It's not.
Yeah, no. So I just have to correct myself. The last few movies he's done, he has fan funded. This one has actually got a studio behind it. So.
That's right. And look, the weird thing is that look, Netflix. Their hands reach out a lot of places. They can influence people to do certain things. It's including banks and financing methodology. I just don't like that he did something that compromised what we all thought he was. Right? We all believed he was one of us. He wasn't. He clearly. I mean, and this isn't the first time that he's gone outside, and I don't want people to forgive him for this because
hell no,
he's gone outside of the fandom before, and everybody's gone. Well, no, I can see where you're coming from. I don't forgive that anymore. I just don't. And the problem with I hate doing this. The problem with this is that then you go, okay. What was your price? Because everybody has one. We were talking about it over earlier on Midnight's Edge After Dark. What's your price? Mine's about $100 million.
I don't even think it was about that so much with Kevin. I really do think he genuinely thought he was going to get a bunch of fan cred from this. I genuinely think he thought he was going to go in and cool up He-Man. Because you hear how he's like, you know, we get to stab people, we get to punch people. He didn't get to do nothing but somersaults in the original. It's like, then you clearly didn't watch the 2000 series either.
Yeah, the 2000 series was really good.
2002 series was awesome.
And I mean, there's okay.
Everyone does.
I want to read Danny's comment because I want to respond to it because it's like I get where you're coming from, but again, my take. Okay, not saying that your take is wrong at all. I just don't agree with the name calling. Yeah, I get that. At the end of the day, it's just a cartoon. Okay, so one thing, the issue I have with those kinds of arguments is that when it comes to entertainment, even cartoons, it's a part of our culture. And it's the reason why we get mad about things, specifically when we feel like our culture is being vandalized. Is because
that's the argument I was just making. Yeah, to him, it's not Star Wars. That's the same.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. The other thing too is my biggest problem with what is going on in modern day entertainment is the ruining of escapism. It's the reason why I don't like identity politics. It's the reason why I don't like partisan politics in entertainment, because the fact that I know how shitty the real world is. And the fact that, you know, bad things happen to good people and, you know, the world is definitely a mess. I don't need a reminder of it. I want to get away with it. And that's the issue that we've been seeing with things like Star Trek and Star Wars and all these other things. Doctor Who, all these things I used to love. And I think a lot of us feel the same way, is that we can't get away from the problems of the real world, and we don't need constant reminders of it.
Yeah. And if it's just a cartoon, why are people who are defending it saying don't judge it, wait till it's finished? And clearly, that sounds like a pretty strong argument for something that's just a cartoon.
And also,
and real quick, he's calling culture out. He said, "Did culture just say his price is 100 million?" So far, 100 million. He would do that. What Kevin did. Did I understand that correctly?
But I mean, also these cartoons, they help to fertilize imagination. Imagination is important to create, to evolve, to make what we have around us right now. I mean, where do you think TVs, technology, cars, everything was created from a spark of inspiration, from imagination?
Well, and if I can allow to say this much to Comic Chat, and again, I'm not trying to be antagonistic or anything like that. And if this is I just say come on in, but it's not my place to say. But look, I look at it.
Danny's always welcome. So if he wants to jump in,
so
he's
I mean, again,
welcome.
like it's not my channel, so I don't want to just invite people. But like, no, like I look at it this way. Kevin is, as far as like making fun of him or calling him any names or shit like that, he set himself up for that, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He's the guy who's out there who cries like a little baby after seeing the trailer for Star Wars or the movie or whatever shilly thing he's trying to do this week. He's the one out there dressed like a 12-year-old telling us to grow the fuck up. He's the one calling this franchise a baby show. And you just said it yourself. We're getting upset over a cartoon. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. But to some of us, it was a little bit more than a cartoon.
Yeah,
and this is, to me, is the same thing that, like with Star Wars and Batman and a lot of other things that people don't understand, and the same thing that a lot of the same people I see making similar arguments to yours, Comic Chat, have been said before. Is they don't stop to realize, though, is that these kind of things sometimes you don't know. There was somebody in this community, maybe even in this chat, who when they were a kid, they were in the hospital, but somebody gave them a He-Man and a Skeletor doll. And those two things got them through a really shitty stay at the hospital.
Yeah.
There's hundreds and hundreds of fucking stories like
Tom,
that.
they even said when they did an interview with one of the voice actors, they said when he came up to go see him, they said that He-Man stopped people from committing suicide because of the lessons that were at the end of the episode.
And again, I mean, back in the day, that was required as part of the presentation of these.
Yeah, that was all required because of cartoons in the 80s.
Not only that,
and
they
real
went
quick,
out of their way. Okay, go ahead.
What's up, Polly? How's it going?
What's up, Polly? But beyond that, let's go to this. We would not have most likely the MCU right now if it weren't for the cartoon shows that existed, or the Justice League in the case of DC. You have to remember, I mean, we grew up with this stuff when we were kids.
We did.
The expansion of the myths, the development of our own mind's eye. I mean, I had albums, I've talked about this before, that will essentially went panel by panel in comics. I would listen to at night when I was going to sleep. Captain America and the Falcon in The Phoenix Shall Arise. It's one of the reasons that I ended up with the voice that I have and some of the other stuff. I mean, these were influential pieces of our childhood. And if you don't believe that, you probably wouldn't be invested in any form of fandom. And so when people go about destroying them, and trying to repurpose them, that becomes a problem for those of us who were fans and say, wow, you are mischaracterizing the entire essence of this character. They're raison d'etre, if you want to use Franck.
Well, and another thing too, culture, is that a lot of this too, the way it kind of comes off is taking something away. Because if you watch the after show stuff, that's like the first thing Sarah Michelle Gellar points out. Oh, this is a cartoon for boys.
No.
Oh,
it was a cartoon for everybody.
They all show
a cartoon for everybody.
Yeah, I agree, because I watched She-Ra as a kid too.
Yeah, so did I. And I had all the
teenager,
She-Man. I had She-Ra figures and stuff too. I had it along with the He-Mans,
Don't.
Yeah.
Maybe the main target audience was boys.
You okay, Tom?
But there were people who were not just boys who happened to like the show. The show was for initially anyone who happened to like it for what it was. It just happened to be by chance. It happened to be a lot of boys with the occasional girl, and that's fine because the girls who liked it for what it was. The girls who liked it, they'd say, "Hey, you need to change this in order for me to watch."
That's exactly the
women
point.
Embrace it as it was.
Exactly, and that's I
It's
think
the
a lot
same
of
as
things that
Star
people
Wars
don't
and
get.
so much else.
Yeah, is that you have to change it for women. Women already liked it at that point. Girls and women, whatever.
Yeah, that's like what
for those of you who grew up in the 80s and everything, when you watch commercials about toys, weren't boys and girls playing with the toys?
Always.
Yes.
Always.
I had a girlfriend when I was younger that played with my He-Man figures, and I played with her. Like, all my stuff came over, played with Transformers, G.I. Joe, everything. Like, literally. So, you know, it wasn't just for boys. It was for everybody, basically.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, you had girlfriends when you were little, and it was great because because like those were the friends that you invited over, and you could like, you know, con them into like being Cobra or something when you were playing G.I. Joe, because you're like, I wanted the Joe team, so I'd be like, yeah, just take Cobra, you'd be fine. you know, and then I'd be like, whoop, sorry that my four sidekicks kick your ass. Sorry, but
it was pretty funny. I had someone come in my chat, not my chat, my when I was posting some stuff on Friday, and it's like, it was fun. Admit it, you like it. I respond back. I was like, yeah, I liked it so much. I'm looking for the sequel with She-Ra, where Kevin Smith kills her off in the first episode and replaces her with Bo.
No. Well, didn't Grace Randolph, didn't she say, well, you already had the girl show and the She-Ra show.
She did.
Why take away the boys show? Why you take away He-Man from the boys?
Well, it's again, if you want to look to
why.
if you want to look to the wider picture, you know exactly why, because it's all about erasing masculinity, period.
Yes, I agree. But they're now have that new He-Man in the Masters of the Universe CGI.
Yeah, he cut out again.
Yeah.
I said that they'd have that new Masters He-Man in the Masters of the Universe TV show that's coming out on Netflix for kids.
Yeah.
Well, Tom, didn't you say that one's going to be better than the one Kevin put out?
I didn't say that.
Oh, I know. I thought when you were showing the toys, and you said maybe.
Toys and
Tom, you did show the toys on Twitter, right?
What Andre and I had said is like, Andre's like, well, hopefully it's something he can watch with his youngest because he's got a young boy. But I just said my best hope is that it's like the 2012 Nickelodeon TMNT series where it's like, it's not for me. I don't like how it looks, but hey, if it's mostly harmless, then I don't care, right? Like I watched like the first, I think 4 or 5 episodes of the 2012 TMNT, and I'm like,
me too. And
it doesn't
I was like,
trample all over the and like whatever. Just I'll leave it alone. I'm not gonna bitch about it. Then they canceled that for that Rise of TMNT, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know. It was god awful.
No, but like that's the thing is like. You know, and again, comic chat. I hear you, brother. And it's like the thing that bothers me is to me it hit me on 2 levels because like for the last almost 30 years I've been a huge Kevin Smith fan, and like the short version is like I've said before, he pretty much got me where I'm at today in a lot of ways. He's one of those main people on my Mount Rushmore of how did I get here. He's one of them. He introduced me to not only independent film but podcasting and shit like that. And just you can do this stuff and.
Well, no, I mean, it just, I was in college when Clerks came out, and the fact that, he went and self-funded his movie, because, being a director is something I always wanted to be when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
And the fact that he went out and funded it himself and got it in theaters was amazing. And he's always kind of came off as that, that rebel director, like so many others that we know, like Robert Rodriguez. And
I was just gonna say he was my gateway drug to guys like Quentin Tarantino, Robert. Rodriguez,
like
all that kind of stuff. It was because of him. Yeah, I mean, I took other chances, and I started watching older independent films because of him. And then flashback 10 years before that, when I'm just this little 4-year-old. Who loves nothing more other than to play with his He-Man toys. And then one day his dad sets him down and the He-Man cartoon starts, and it totally fucking changes my world.
Yeah.
Because for the first time ever, I've got one of my toys talking back to me. I mean, it was a little different with like Star Wars and Superman and those kind of things, because they were always kind of there. And then it's just like the toys seemed like an afterthought in that sense. This was the first time where for the longest time I had a toy. And then all of a sudden, you know, it was just a toy. There was no movie. There was no TV, nothing, right? You know, and all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, my toy is talking on TV.
Yeah.
And it's like, it just blew my little mind. You know?
I want to say, I guess between, I guess He-Man, was it the first one to come out?
It was the first one that was tied that they because they had allowed what it was before that.
Because I when He-Man came out, I was still living in California, and I know that G.I. Joe also just came out.
Yeah, all those came out at the same time.
It wasn't until I moved to Texas when the shows actually started. And real quick, I want to say, it's like, dude, we don't think that you're saying what we're saying is wrong, dude. It's like, it's the same thing. We're just giving you our perspectives, much like how you're giving us your perspective. So, yeah.
And you have a valid point to see the whole project, but when you have a situation where Tila is not Tila to begin with, it's just like The Last Jedi with Luke.
Yep. She acted like a spoiled 12-year-old, basically.
Yes, she did.
He was willing to let the whole universe be destroyed because of her anger at everyone for not telling her that the guy that she had the hots for was also the wimpy little prince.
Yeah, and that's what turned me off of it, like right away, like right there. That first like outburst that she had, I was like, oh man, I watched the rest of it because, you know, I had to be aware of it. I had to know what happened in it. But it's just like that turned me off completely.
Yeah.
I was just like, man, I can't be invested in
this. And then at the end where she yells at him for dying, I lost my shit. She's like, but I was mad. He goes, I was dead.
And
like, what the fuck, Tila?
And and the whole, you know, just the whole thing with when,
the little gray douche wanted to come in. Well,
He's
scratched my door.
That was what I was yelling at. Was my asshole. Well,
like a gray douche.
Shut all my shit down.
When they killed off Orko.
Yeah, well, he doesn't even understand Orko. That's the thing. Is Kevin does not understand these characters, and that's what worries me. Is this Rob David is the guy who should know all this stuff, and he's probably being shouted down by Ted Biaselli, and that's who Kevin's listening to. So it's not all Kevin's fault.
No.
But as we pointed out, like he even forgot that, you know, Orko, or at least they should have known this in their vast knowledge in their diaries, or not diaries, but Bibles for the shows and the history and all that kind of shit, is that Orko isn't a klutz. His magic just doesn't work on Eternia because he's from another dimension. Where he's from, he's a great wizard.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh man!
And then in the 2002 series, they even added to it that he lost his medallion, and that was part of the reason why his magic didn't work right.
Well, yeah, it's fine, but here's the interesting thing: I found a commercial with Masters of the Universe Big Wheel. By the way, this is a little girl you're seeing right here, but we'll keep going.
Well,
this is from All Things 80s.
I remember I had that.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I remember that.
I didn't have that.
I did.
That was such badass. I felt like such a badass writing that down.
It's a boy and a little girl, and she slides out and then ends up beating him. Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm gonna blow a few people's minds. I know most of you guys know this already, but there's a reason why Tila was made. Tila was made because, or I mean,
what the hell is that?
That's right.
Oh, those are the meteoroids, Tom. I had all those.
Oh yeah, I had some of those too.
Yeah,
right. I had every single one of those.
I misspoke. I meant She-Ra came along because they realized that Masters of the Universe, they had a 20% of the fan base was females.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look,
Which is the reason why they created it. Yeah.
Yeah, but just remember, the boys and the girls watch the same crap. They bought the same crap. They're trying to tell us we didn't buy the same crap.
In certain situations, yes, but the reason Masters was such a big deal was that was besides Transformers and G.I. Joe and stuff. Those didn't have as much female crossover as Masters Universe did.
Yeah.
And to go back to your initial question, comics that didn't really get answered was, there was regulations that were in place for several years that you could not make a TV show based on a toy.
Yeah.
That was what it was. You could make a toy based on something else, but you could not make a TV show based on a toy. But then that all changed in the early 80s, and that's where He-Man, Transformers, and G.I. Joe all came about. Because even though, G.I. Joe had been around since, the 60s, late 50s, something like that?
Yeah.
But they couldn't make a TV show out of it because of that rule.
I
As soon as that rule went down, first thing they did was make a G.I. Joe cartoon.
And Thundercats too, Tom, so...
Well, that was another one that kind of came out of that. And that just became the point where they just started to simultaneously do both.
Yeah.
And, then you had everything was how do you synergize the toys with the cartoons with the, whatever, and kind of reached its peak with Ninja Turtles.
For me, I know growing up, the big three for me was He-Man, G.I. Joe, and Transformers. I liked the Thundercats cartoon. I never got into the toys.
Yeah.
Isn't it? This is something that Clownfish TV kept on pointing out, is that Kevin Smith kept on saying that, I was a fan of He-Man all the way since it came out in '81. It's like, wait a minute, but didn't it come out a couple of years later than that?
It came out in
'83 was the first year that the cartoon came out.
I don't give a shit about that one so much as the other ones that bother me.
I can't let past the year.
Dude, I get dates wrong all the time. I'm not gonna hammer him for getting a date wrong
half the time. So,
whoa, dude, what the hell?
I agree. I'll let the date go too, but I won't let go of the massive lie. Not where he tries to downplay it, but the massive lie of gone from I was never a fan to I was always a fan.
Well,
that
Nick,
is where I have an issue.
Nick, remember, and I've said this before, and I've said this several times. In 1996, I got to hang out with him at Comic-Con in San Diego for 2 or 3 years. The first year when I met him, when I got to hang out with him and Jay and all the guys there, I brought that up when we were all just sitting around a table. And I said, they asked me, what were some of your favorite things? And I said, well, I liked He-Man, I like Thundercats, Transformers, Doctor Who, all that. He goes, I was never a big fan. I didn't like He-Man. Right to my face.
But the thing is, that's fine. He's entitled.
Real quick, Danny's asking, do any of us remember Silverhawks and Brave Star?
Hell yes, yeah, brother.
Fucking loved Brave Star, and I also love Silverhawks.
Silverhawks is freaking awesome. So was Brave Star, man.
SWAT Cats,
some great cartoons, man. I never had any of the toys for those, but I certainly love the TV shows for those.
I'm a little older than some of you, so I remember some of the marionette shows that were amazing for kids.
Nobody cares culture.
We gotta get in Culture Casino his wheelchair.
I'm
kidding. Hey kids, it's howdy doody time.
I was not that old. He's talking about under what do you call him? No, the name just escaped.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
I was born in the early '90s, so I can remember sprinkles of these things coming up when I was growing up. I don't know the exact name of the shows, but I mean, if you show me a trailer to them, I'm like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember it as Battle of the Planets.
I used to live for Saturday mornings and after school and morning cartoons and shit. Those
were the days.
Oh, and then we got a VCR. That was the most Amazeballs thing in the world because you could actually watch something else and tape another thing. And if you had another TV in the house and another VCR or whatever, you were in heaven. But back then, you only had 3 channels that were showing shit anyway.
Yeah.
So
all right, guys, we got to wrap things up. I am tired. I know culture is fading, so. Let's go around the horn. We'll start with Culture Casino.
Hey kids, I am apparently the oldest person in the world according to the Hamilton.
He's younger than Culture Casino.
Thunderbirds was amazing.
Thunderbird
was amazing. And And there's a lot out there in the world that you could explore and find. YouTube helps with that. But I had a great time this evening. Do be sure to check out all the amazing creators that are here on this panel. Even freaking Tom, what a dick. But I had a yeah, you've heard me curse more on this show than probably ever. So I had a lot of fun. And my buddy Comics needs like, I don't know, 400 million people to subscribe to his channel. So try to.
Well, it helps if I create content, which I've been doing this week. So
You've been killing it.
Yeah,
That's good, man.
But other than that, thank you all so very much. We wouldn't be here without you. Well, actually, probably would. We'd just be yelling at each other. And like I said, I mean, I can't say anything else. Again, we're only here because of you. I would like to go to sleep now.
Yeah. All right. Next up on my list of people is Jace.
Hello, everyone. Well, you can find me at 540 Studio. That's my channel, and you can also find Chris there. We talk pop culture, Star Wars, the classical shit. And thank you for being here, man. It was an honor, and it's a good panel. All of you deserve more subscribers, and yeah.
Well, thanks. Thanks for jumping on, man. Yeah. It was great having you on again. I'm glad you brought Chris on.
Yeah. He's a really good guy to have on. He's Google.
I talk about him like he's not here.
Yeah. No, we normally call him Mr.
We
Google.
pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
No, but yeah, thank you.
He was so much cooler than you, Jace. Why did you scare him away?
All right, up next we have our own very personal toad, Jed.
Before you get to that, somebody dropped a fitty.
Yeah, I'll get to those when we go through everybody.
Yeah.
Pick that up, sweetie pie.
Wow. Is that like the equivalent of soap for you, Jed?
No.
Jed, I'm not gonna bend over for you. Sorry.
No. No,
I just dropped the water. That's not where the water. That's not where you dropped the.
I put this little group together called the Pop Culture Archivists, and there's a bunch of us. There's like 8 or 9 people now. So, shocked from 6 months ago when it was just like the 2 of us. So, but yeah, we're gonna be doing more stuff lately, and I'm like I can't forget this. Thursday the Global Geek Gang. And then I'm on Jace. I've been hanging out with Jace, and then I come over here whenever Comics is gracious enough to let me come on Thursday nights, which I'm very thankful for that. On Fridays when Father Christopher isn't on vacation or doing fatherly duties, I'm on his channel, and then I'm on Nick's on Friday night, tomorrow night, and then I'm on his thing on Tuesday when we do the Toxic Tuesday with Nick too. I gotta remember there's Snow Dove, but Jolly fucked off and he's doing cloaks and hookers, so Jolly will come back at some point. Okay,
how I envy him.
I know, right? And Sunday is our big stream, what we put together everything from the week, and you see a lot of these fine gentlemen that are on the panel come over there a lot too, and we are gonna be doing more than one stream a week, and our first show will be about Doctor Who. We're going to have a Doctor Who show. So
just think of how much weight I could lose if I'd started doing cocaine.
I know.
I just realized we never got to the Jodie Whittaker article.
I know.
She's gone. He's gone. Who cares?
They both pissed off. Thank God. Now watch them double down.
No, it's the BBC.
No, it's not.
The End of story.
They're going to double down.
My prediction is the next one's going to be Peter Dinklage in blackface, and we're going to be
at that point.
Yeah. So I just want to thank everybody in the chat. Like Culture said, without you guys, we'd just be talking to the wall or ourselves. So thank you guys for being here.
We want to thank you, Jed.
Oh, thank you, brother. So
Up
And I
next.
want to thank comics. So
I think comics. Everyone on the panel.
Anyway, up next is our little crumb of nerd culture who knows a lot about stuff is Tom.
I don't know shit about shit.
I had a better intro, but Jed talked too long.
I
Sorry.
like that.
Hey.
That's all good. Maybe I'll go do some karaoke. I'm bored.
I'll come over there, Tom.
No, sleep, Tom, sleep. We've had this discussion.
What is this sleep?
Yeah, what's sleep?
Yeah.
What?
Sleep.
I want to murder all of you.
It's
Chris,
like 8 in the morning. It's 8 in the morning here in Norway. What the fuck is sleep?
You'll find me over at 540 Studios with Jace. Like he said, we do a show on Thursdays. We actually just came from that before we came over here. Where we talk about just normal geek stuff. We actually just went over all these articles ourselves. And on Sunday morning, well, no, scratch that. Sunday afternoons.
That's a great No Doubt song, by the way.
Yeah.
Sunday afternoons, Sunday evenings, we started up a show called Tales from the Jedi Archives, where we talk about what in the world was that?
I have no idea.
It wasn't me this time. I swear to fucking God.
What the fuck, Tom?
I was muted.
Fuck's going on, mate?
Where we talk about
Stay in the
old.
basement.
And I'm gonna need all your guys' help to convince me to pressure Jason to watch Gundam with me.
Yeah.
Which Gundam?
Anybody, I'm not letting you go.
What the fuck is he have Bree back there or some shit?
I talk about record random shit like that, and so I can add it into
I'm
videos.
sorry, Chris.
Honestly, it's the
You
soccer
now
team.
had your cherry popped by me.
He has Bree in the
This
basement back
happens to
there.
everybody in one of the
In
outros from
chains.
Parrot Head knows what I'm talking about. I always ruin somebody's outro. Your cherry has been popped.
Sorry, is there anything else, Chris?
No, that's about it.
All right. Next is the metal man himself.
32 flavors of Nick Weiser.
Just wait, you're on my list now.
Damn, look at that hairy chest.
Goddamn what you count for? It's what makes the Dix division pop.
Nick is the man.
Anyways, I'm on YouTube at 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. I got Friday Night Comic Talk tomorrow night after FNT, and we got Toxic Tuesday where we'll be talking speed with Keanu Reeves. And I've got a few pizza videos on the way as well. So come check me out, subscribe, and let's get me to 500 subs already because I'm getting close to there. So let's do it.
Did you say pizza videos?
Pizza videos, man. I got more.
Pizzagate.
What?
Pizzagate.
I go Dave Portnoy and I do my own pizza videos from time to time.
What do you mean? Explain.
I talk about pizza. I talk my opinions. What makes it good? What makes it suck? I just review
And
the
he
pizza.
eats
Tom.
it.
Yeah, the
too.
guy-
Or I eat it. I
He's a
consume.
part of Pizzagate. He's a
I
part of
consume.
Pizzagate.
I'm part.
No,
Yeah.
he's not.
But yeah, that's me. Please keep me toxic at my YouTube channel. Eric K posted in the chat. It's
Yeah.
been fun. Comics, thank you for having me on as per usual, and I can't wait to meet all of you fine human beings from the panels to the chat in Vegas. It's gonna be glorious.
Oh, absolutely. Finally, last but not least, the man driving the beef bus himself. Beware the true heretic.
The law of the law.
Well, I first want to apologize for like the 58-minute power outage we had here. You know,
Yeah, it was your fault.
I demand reparations.
Yeah.
Mother Nature had its way. There's nothing else I could say.
Mother Nature needs to stop the Asian hate, you know. So
This is true. This is true. hashtag stop Asian hate. But no, listen, folks. I'm just a humble, small YouTuber. I barely have any subs. If you could stop by and think about subbing to my channel, that would be great. I'm only at about 643 subs right now, and I could use your help. So, you know, if you enjoy things like Battlestar Galactica, we do a little podcast called The Pegasus Actual Podcast on Thursdays, we are currently doing the finale of season 3 of Battlestar, and you're gonna love that if you enjoyed the show. On Tuesdays, I do the Rogue Squadron, our Rogue Entertainment branded show, and you never know where I'll pop up on the weekends. I might do a High Heresy stream where I just go ham on politics and current events, because that's me. I will always say what's on my mind. I don't care what Mama Susan thinks. And eventually, well, I probably already am on a bunch of 3-letter agency lists, but that's fine. So think about subbing to me. Take care of yourselves and each other. You guys are the best chat on YouTube. Hail the Dix Division and hail the Batch Guy.
All right. Now I got some super chats to get through that came last minute. Toxic Man Fluids Division for 50 American pesos. I take one vacation to a tropical island and He-Man becomes a girl. Oh, fuck me running.
Was it Epstein Island?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are fucking terrible.
It's Toxic Man. So he can take it.
I know. Let's see here. Crazy Cat Guy with the super sticker for 5 American pesos. I need to find out what it is.
He's like, yeah, they had a clearance sale. No,
yeah. He says, good job. Well, thank you, sir. And Salty Slanesh C for $2.99 American. What's it? Some bank for the bourbon and brass. Hail.
There you go.
Ah, dude.
These days I've been buying a lot more brass than bourbon.
Yeah,
but you
like
actually need to go get some fucking bourbon.
Primers.
Yeah, well, if the primers are actually in freaking stock, buddy.
Panty dropping chest hair.
Anyway, Toxic Man Flu of Dix Vision for 5 American pesos. Nick Weiser flavor number 4. Pantry dropping. Panty dropping.
I like that.
Pantry dropping was even better.
I was a pantry.
Down for a song.
I hope brightest day he clips that one pantry.
Tom, you need to do that as a song.
22 flavors of Nick Weiser.
I could only wait so long.
I also have panty dropping chest hair. Mine looks like a pattern of an eagle, by the way.
All right. Toxic Man flew for $5. Know what I saw as I flew over Cleveland? Drew's penis. I had to dodge it at 37,000 feet. Hashtag beware the Drew.
Talk about hair at 37,000 feet.
Yeah.
Pantry dropping.
It's an obelisk. You just have to avoid it.
He whips it around like Plastic Man. He's just.
Well, actually, no. You know what? It'll probably come to me in the future if there's power outages out, and I'll have to have the new landing beacon.
That's right.
Real quick, we have somebody new. Welcome, Keely. Good morning.
Hello.
And good evening.
Good morning. Good morning.
Goodbye.
It's great to stay up late. Good
Any
morning.
Doctor Who
Good
fans?
morning.
I was actually. I stopped watching since Tenet. Unfortunately, I just wasn't that Smith fan.
I stopped watching after Capaldi got screwed over. So.
I watched. I started with. I got introduced with Christopher Eccleston, and then
Same
after I found out that there was more, I went back through and I watched all the series like three times over.
Yeah, I would say I agree with you. Comics Tenet was my favorite. Eccleston was really solid, and also probably the guy that they had in the late 70s, early 80s.
That would be either Tom Baker, which is the fourth Doctor.
Tom Baker. Yeah.
Tom's the fourth Doctor.
Oh,
yeah.
Terminus asks for $2. Drew's not Asian. He's cock Asian. Beware the Drew. Toxic Man flew for $5. It was like a snake on a plane. by Samuel L. Jackson. All right. I got fucking in it, guys. I'm dead.
We need fucking help.
Night's fun.
All right. You guys know how it is.
One more.
We'll see you next. One
more super dingy.
Done? I thought I got it. What the fuck?
Toxic Knuckle Muncher.
Toxic Man Flu. I just read it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that one. Were you not paying attention?
he was too distracted. He was
Snakes on a Plane, Samuel Jackson. I'm pretty sure I read that.
He was just too distracted by Drew's enormous snake.
Yeah. He was looking at Drew's dong, like him swinging it around and shit.
Nothing to fear there.
Well, whatever. While I whip this out.
I'm going to bed.
Koalas in the rain.